is on. iRacing is where I belong. Discord's lit and the drivers are here. In full throttle nation, there's no room for fear. Green flag drops and the engines roar. 40 cars and we all want more. Mash the gases, we're on the line. Four wide and we're feeling fine. Drifting close in a slipstream dance. Taking the corners in a high-speed trance. Through the chicane, it's side by side. On motor mouth, there's nowhere to White flag, need a perfect lap. All gas, no brakes to close that gap. Checkered waves in the race is won. Another battle is over and done. Cheers to the booth, hope they like the show. Victory lane is all I know. Sun's going down and the rig is on. iRacing is where I belong. Discord's lit and the drivers are here. In full throttle nation, there's no room for fear. Green flag drops and the engines roar. 40 cars and we all want more. Mash the gases, we're on the line. Four wide and we're feeling fine. Drifting close in a slipstream dance. Taking the corners in a high-speed trance. Through the chicane, it's side by side. On motor mouth, there's nowhere to White flag, need a perfect lap. All gas, no brakes to close that gap. Checkered waves in the race is won. Another battle is over and done. Cheers to the booth, hope they like the show. Victory lane is all I know. Sun's going down and the rig is on. iRacing is where I belong. Discord's lit and the drivers are here. In full throttle nation, there's no room for fear. Green flag drops and the engines roar. 40 cars and we all want more. Mash the gases, we're on the line. Four wide and we're feeling fine.
There we go. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Motormouth Broadcasting, and welcome into the Full Throttle Nation Ultimate GT Championship, brought to you by the Roasted Record. We're in for the final round of Season 4 this evening. It's 90 minutes of racing around the former airfield that is Sebring International Raceway. Hamish Runner here with you alongside Jim Cunningham as always, and Jim, we prepare ourselves for a race that is more or less becoming a showcase race tonight. Championships are already decided across all 4 previous classes. There's only GT3 cars on the circuit tonight. There's no GT4s as preparation for next season when we bid farewell to that GT4 class. But Jim, it's always great when we get to come to Sebring. This is the first circuit you ever went to for a special event, or in IRL racing event, I should say. And how does it feel to be back here once again with more sports car action coming our way?
Well, I no doubt that Sebring holds a special place in my heart since it was my first sports car race in person and first endurance, long endurance race like this. And there's no better place than Sebring to go see one. The infield stories are legendary at Sebring. It's like no other for sure. But yeah, I mean, I love Sebring. I just love what it kind of stands for. I'm just always excited to be here. Excited to finish up this season. It's been an epic season, and we've crowned some champions, and we're moving on to bigger and better things for next season, which we'll talk more about later. But looking here, I see that that qualifying has just ended, which I was a couple of minutes late getting it started tonight. So let's take a look at a map and take a look at Sebring Raceway, and then we'll talk more about the points situation and everything as we get ready to go.
Of course, it's a long circuit down here in mid-Florida, realistically. We're only a couple of hours away from Daytona Beach, where Daytona International Speedway takes place, and a couple of hours away from St. Petersburg as well. It is very, very flat, and barely any elevation changes come our way at this place. Of course, being a former Air Force base and airfield as well, that's always the case. I'd love to see an airplane trying to take off with elevation changes. Let's give them a little bit of a ramp to get up in the air. But of course, it is 17 turns, and it all starts in the main straight towards the braking zone of turn 1, where you've got to try and keep yourself nice and tight up against the wall, Jim. We can often see too wide action through here, but they don't normally make it stick when it comes out to the exit. Got to be careful the sand on the edging of the curb, as that can always come back to bite you through turn 2 into the braking zone of turn 3 as well. But we can often see some incidents occurring early in the race as drivers try and pick apart little position by little position. T4, T5 then, as we make our way up towards the second straight of the whole circuit, through turn 6 and underneath the bridge as well, and up towards the heavy braking zone, and probably the best passing opportunity of the whole track, turn 7. It's a tightening hairpin down here, where you've got to make sure you have not overextended yourself in the braking zone. You've got to prepare for the move. You've got to plan for the move, and if you don't make it stick, well, obviously you can come around and spin round very easily, or even make contact with other cars down there too, through the S's at turn 8 and up towards turn 9 as well. Again, fast-paced section, trying to get up through the gears as quickly as possible, get as much pace out of the car as possible. Let's try and set yourself up for another move down at turn 10. Again, another hard braking zone down here on the inside, trying to get out as wide as possible on the exit, then running it through turn 11 and up and around towards turn 12 and into the braking zone of turn 13 as well. 13 is not normally a passing opportunity that we see coming from drivers, but they will try and force the issue at times out wide and down towards turn 14, where you're trying to, again, get as much speed out of the car as possible, pushing the car as hard as possible as we get into the third and final sector. So you're trying to clip the curbs through here as you're running it round towards turn 15. Got to be careful of the curb of death on your left-hand side through here. It's taken many a victim across the years. Into the braking zone for Lamar Corner at turn 16 as well. And then we go down Sunset Boulevard towards the final corner of the whole circuit. The longest straight on the whole circuit. It does set up turn 17 to be a good passing opportunity, but we've seen chaos down here in previous sports car series, Jim, namely times that actually brought out a pace car before lap 1 was even started. As we come through 17 once again and around the final corner. Pin entry is not going to be too bad tonight, but drivers have got to let other drivers know they're coming in, because if you're caught on the inside of the car and your outside wants to come into pit lane, it can cause contact. Pit exit's not going to be too bad though. It comes back on the circuit on the exit of turn 1, so we shouldn't see too many defiltration moments happening. But it's a longish lap, Jim. It's a fast-paced lap. A lot of great passing opportunities. It's actually a really well-balanced circuit, aside from the fact that there are no elevation changes. There's plenty of medium speed, high speed, and slow speed corners to it, and it will give them some great racing opportunity across the evening.
Yeah, indeed it will. This is, again, it's a classic circuit. It's, been around since World War II. I think it was in the 50s when it became a racetrack, and it is. It's hosted a lot of great endurance racing over the years, and notorious for its bumps and rough surface, and how that takes a toll on drivers, cars, and just attrition. Catching the curb or these bumps at the wrong angle can throw the car into chaos. So, yeah, great endurance circuit. Obviously legendary when it comes to United States, endurance racing for sure.
Well, we've ended our season, Jim, with the 3 crown jewels of sports car racing in the US, right? It all started in the third to last round at Road Atlanta, last week then into Daytona, and now tonight into Sebring as well. And often at times, they are 3 of probably the top 5 circuits that are notable throughout the US that are known worldwide. The other 2, more than likely, Jim, being, I would say, Talladega and Laguna Seca would be the 2 other most well-known racing circuits in the US. In terms of road courses, you knock out Talladega, you put in probably Road America.
Road America, yeah, for sure, Road America.
But I think Laguna Seca is always going to be up there as the most well-known. It's been on every single racing game pretty much that there's ever been. So
yes.
if you've not been to Laguna Seca, you're pretty hard pressed then to have not had that happen. But we come into tonight, Jim. Obviously, championships are not on the line now. They're already decided. All of our champions have been crowned, so it's now a showcase race, 90 minutes here at Sebring. There's no GT4 class anymore. All the drivers have been put into GT3 cars. We still have Pro-Am, and AM classes, and then a GT3 class for those previous GT4 drivers as well. Nathan Biggett, though, will take the final pole position of the season, starting alongside Jacob Cotterman on the front row of the grid. And we spoke pre-race, Jim. Jacob's got great pace in that car, but the last few weeks especially, he's been struggling with that racecraft that we've often spoken about. Hopefully it doesn't come back to bite him here this evening as he's starting on that front row. Michael Caffrey, the Pro-Am champion of this season, will start P3 alongside Lance Campbell in P4 on the second row of the grid. To row 3, we then find Kyle Smith starting alongside John Voigt for the top 6 cars on the grid. Of course, Voigt, one of those previous GT4 drivers, he'll now line up as just a GT3 car. Daniel Schmoll, Harrison Holiday then for the top 8 in row 4, and to make up our top 10 in behind them, we will then find Francis Crosby and Alan Aguilar for the top 10 cars on the grid. To row 6, we then find Corey Patton alongside our GT4 champion of this season, Cole Malley, driving the Mercedes-AMG GT3 car starting out of P12. Row 7 will then find David Steiner and Scott Petrone for the top 14. To the 8th row of the grid, in the top 16, we find James Leneven and Kurt Basler, the Germans, starting out of P16 here tonight. Row 9, we then find Michael Anderson alongside the amateur champion of this season, Jed Cotterman, and next season will become a pro driver. Tonight he starts at a P18 in his final time with the black banner on his car. To the 10th row of the grid, and for the top 20, we find Jason Holland and David Vulpa then for P20 here tonight. Row 11, in behind them, we will find Lorenzo Araujo alongside Scott Mowry for the top 22. Top positioned Lamborghini in the field is Scott Mowry here tonight. Jamie MacArthur, Justin Bock then the top 24 for row 12. And to row 13, we'll find Chet Miller and Kyle Dersham. Still sticking with the Mustang, Jim. At this time, it's a GT3 Mustang for Dersham in P26 on the road. To row 14 tonight, we find James Gilpin and Michael Smith then for the top 28 cars. And for the top 30, for row 15, we will find Ty Baxter and Brannon Herzing there for P30 on the grid. To row 16, it's Ihor Ochko, the Ukrainian, alongside John Swan in the only one of 2 Ferraris in the field tonight. Row 17, we find Aidan Kiley and Greg Lawrence for the top 34. Kiley sticking with the Aston Martin again. This time, though, it's the GT3 car. Justin Cornett and Chris Grondin then for the top 36 cars as well. Great race from Cornett last week at Daytona. Hope he's got a good race tonight at Sebring. Weston Adams, Philip Caffrey then for row 19 and the top 38 cars. Into the final row of the grid, row 20, we'll find ourselves with Oliver Brooks and Mark Ogier. Caffrey, though, starting from pit lane here tonight, so that final row will move up 2 positions, or a singular position, I should say, on the grid, Jim. But Sebring's always exciting. when we get to go racing. We've got no split start tonight. All the GT3 cars will start with each other, including the GT3 Pro, Pro-Am, Am classes, and that regular GT3 class as well. The GT3 Invitational class, if you will, Jim.
Yes.
We could call them here tonight.
The Invitational class, yes. It's going to be fun. I'm kind of disappointed that there's not going to be multi-class next season. But then again, I think, I think it's also going to be cool in a sense that, we won't have to hear the, complaints of traffic and they didn't yield or they did this. And I just, GT3 leagues are extremely popular. But speaking of extremely popular, I want to shout out to this league. This is the last week of the season. All the championships are done and dusted. And there's freaking 40 cars here tonight. You never see that. It
could have been hard pressed, Jim, to say. Well, wouldn't have been surprised if there was only 10 people here. To be honest with you,
right? No, I mean,
the fact that we've got 40, showing up is spectacular.
It's crazy, man.
It gives us great hopes for next season.
I'm talking about some of the best leagues in the world. When you get down to that last week, they do not get turnout.
No, they don't. And that's with championships on the line.
Yeah.
But no one has anything to fight for this week, so maybe there's no pressure on them to ruin somebody else's championship.
There's still some second and thirds up for grabs and stuff like that, but no overall champions tonight in any of the classes. Which, don't get me wrong, if I'm fighting for second, that's still something important. I'd rather finish second than third. So.
It is. You're going to take some momentum into the next season if you can lock out that position in the championship here this evening. Nathan Bigger, though, starts us for pole. Jacob Connerman alongside him. Sebring Invitational is green flag for the final round of the season. Bigger with a great start. So did Caffrey in behind him as well. We've got no pro champion on the grid here tonight. He's not joined us for this evening's race, but the scramble through turn one is absolutely mammoth. There's multiple cars just trying to scramble for position already. That was one of the Mercs out there. Kyle Smith off the road at turn one as they come through turn two once again. Oh! Lance Campbell. Lance Campbell's been off the road and he's already towed back to pits, Jim. Big contact for Lance Campbell, who's already out of this race.
Well, I'm sure you'll bring it to us there in the picture-in-picture and show us what happened to him.
I will indeed. I'll be all over that, Jim. So we get it right here. So, not for Jed. Where is Jed? There's Lance right there. So let's watch how this happened to Lance Campbell down at turn three. So he comes in on the inside, hops the curb through four. Oh, and he just loses it.
Well, I'm not 100% sure, but as we see Volta here giving
I can tell you right now, it would not be a steering failure because steering failures, as we know, Jim,
go the other
automatically go the other way. So that's right on board with him right here. And watch this through.
My guess is those bumps upset that car. Harrison Holiday went off track and was spun around there on the right there on the straight.
Oh, you know what? He oversteered slightly, got on the power a little bit too much, and the rear went round on him. And that there has already taken him out of this race here tonight, unfortunately.
That's a Sebring accident right there, as we see
it is
Schmall and Caffrey going at it here.
Having a tightening battle between them. Good to see the good pace from Cotterman here tonight up in P2 as well. But as we said, he's got to try and run 90 minutes clean this evening if he wants to maximise his positioning here tonight and lead into next season with some good form and momentum in behind him, Jim. I think that's going to be the important part, him to try and maximise as well. Ty Baxter trying to fight his way through the field tonight. He's already up one position as Chris Grondon is dropping spots here, as is Jed Connerman on the inside. As Jed's struggling for pace here in that BMW after making the switch for the final round.
Well, that's interesting. I didn't even realize he did switch, but yeah, he's trying to throw it in the tank so that people don't, so nobody has any expectations for him next season.
Oh, Michael Anderson is off the road down at turn 5.
Man, he is just
the By-Point Racing. He has indeed the By-Point Racing entry. Also known as well, Ihor Ochko's had an incident previously as well. Let's try and check this out for the Ukrainian. who started down in P31 tonight, lost the rear end on that Porsche down at turn 17 and backed it into the tyre barrier. Not the worst incident I've seen down there, Jim, but
No.
it only got worse and worse as he tried to get going again. And then this here was Michael's moment down at turn 3, 4, and 5. So what has happened to the Acura?
All on his own, too.
Oh, he's lost the rears. He was on the mid part of the track, wasn't at the apex, and it's not quite as grippy on that midline because of the lack of rubber that's been laid down through practice and qualifying. So it's just that little bit slippery, probably a bit of a half and half situation, Jim. Half the car had grip, half the car didn't, and that's why it's come round down there at turn 5. An unfortunate moment for Michael. That's dropped him out early.
Yeah, let's see here real quick. We'll just pull this up real quick, take a look. Track temperatures are golden, man. You couldn't ask for anything better than that. 70 degrees Fahrenheit
It's
track temperature.
Peak conditions, Jim. Absolutely
Amazing.
peak conditions.
Yeah. Maybe even one might argue just a wee bit too cool for optimum.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, right on. It'll warm up. The sim racing time here. Uh-oh.
Sorry, I was right on board with David Vulper, and he nearly lost the rears at turn 17. He managed to pull it up, but he is now dropping positions like flies right now. The grip is a real struggle for these cars here tonight, Jim.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I fully believe that it's going to take maybe 4 or 5 laps to get these tires fully up to temperature. 70-degree track temperature is pretty cool. I didn't look at the ambient temperature. Did you look at it?
I did not, and I can't see it on my end because
it is 67 degrees ambient air temperature, and it's cloudy. Oh no, it says clear, although it doesn't look too clear out there.
Mine's in Fahrenheit as well, so that's helpful for me. I was going to say, what is it in the correct temperature gauge, and it didn't show it, so that's helpful for me.
Well, I showed the correct temperature gauge, and apparently so did you, so there's that. Oh my goodness, yeah. So looks like I tell you what, I don't want to say too much, but man, is it surprising to me that Jacob is still a half second off of Nathan? Absolutely.
Well, this is one of his home tracks, Jim.
True.
Right?
I mean, yeah, literally.
Maybe this is just his specialist track. He's probably done the most laps at Sebring more than anything.
Yeah, probably Daytona, I would guess, but arguably it could be Sebring. But yeah, this is a home track for him. He lives certainly less than 2 hours from here for sure. So he's down there in that area of Florida that's right there in it all. I mean, if you think about what's down in that particular part of Florida, you got obviously Daytona. You mentioned Sebring, St. Petersburg. You also have Homestead, Miami.
Previously
is not that far away.
as well. Myrtle Beach previously as well before that was closed down
Beach
as well.
is in South Carolina.
Was it? I thought it was in Florida.
South Carolina. It's beautiful. Myrtle Beach is one of the most gorgeous. Well, if you like that seagrass looking kind of beach feel, like the Scottish, the seagrass kind of look, Myrtle Beach is all that. It is absolutely fantastic.
We're seeing as well some good gains here from Cole Malley tonight. Up 4 positions into P8 now. Is the GT4 champion running in GT3s for the first time this season. There's rumours, Jim. Rumour mill is fluttering at the moment that Cole may be a GT3 Pro driver this upcoming season when we take our European tour for season 2 of 2026.
I've got the schedule loaded.
Right now.
We're going to talk about that. You know what?
Well, right now,
he would be competitive. He would be competitive as a pro. But I think, in all fairness to him, he probably should go into Pro-Am. He deserves the right to win a championship prior to.
Well, if Lance Campbell went into Pro-Am, I think he should go into Pro-Am.
Absolutely, yes. Because they were about the same level of dominance. Maybe not quite. Cole was probably a little bit more dominant, but I would argue that, there was some improvement from the likes of Cole this season that made him a little more dominant, but Campbell was just about as dominant as well. So, and he's clearly proven that he is a very capable Pro-Am driver. Very capable.
Lance Campbell is back out on the road, by the way, after coming back to pit lane, so he is back in this race. Michael Anderson is out after his spin down at turn 5.
Man, what
Keep
an
everyone updated.
unfortunate ending for Mike. But just so you know, who is it? Oh,
That's Weston Adams, who's just gone round down there. He was battling with Harrison Holiday, who's down the order here tonight. And actually, I think
Harrison had an incident earlier in the race. If you wanted to go back and show that, just for the sake of showing why he's so far back now.
I think caught on that inside, a little bit too much throttle pedal, and that there is why Weston Adams has gone round.
That's a pretty famous corner in motor mouth broadcasting history, I believe. Isn't that the famous, the worst rejoin in the history of?
It's the corner prior, Jim.
Oh, it was the corner prior. Okay, all right, okay.
So this was Harrison Holiday's incident that took him down the order to be around about that outside the top 30, and he just lost the rears. And I saw images, Jim, of the 12-hour a few weeks ago of where the ground was actually wearing away.
Mm-hmm.
And it was at this this curb. It was almost 6 inches deep.
Yeah, it was 6 inches. Yeah,
ridiculous. Like just
like they said on the broadcast, don't run your car off there. No. I mean, that's the whole point. It's to tell you that that's the end of the track, and they had ran off so much there. Especially, I think the prototypes had a harder time because it would bottom the cars out, which would cause a big, massive problem for them. But whoa, they're going around. Who is that? Is that Michael Smith?
Michael Smith.
Oh,
Michael Smith has gone round and off the road. One of 2 Ferraris here tonight, and he's off the road down at turn 14. This is what happened on the inside of Jed Cotterman. Battling away up towards turn 13 they were. So he hangs around, and as they come through he ran off. Wide.
Yeah.
Got loose. The exact point we were speaking about.
Yep.
And into the wall.
Well, that's the thing. The GT4s can actually run off there, and it won't bottom the car out. Or the GT3s, I'm sorry. It won't bottom the car out. So they just kept abusing it, and it got so bad that, if a prototype or if one of the prototypes dropped a wheel off, that that was death, because it was so deep that it was bottoming the cars out and causing them to wreck. And the problem is you got half that race was at night. Well, probably not half, but probably a good 4 hours of it, 3 or 4 hours of it was at night. And you can't see there at night. You can't see where that curb ends at night.
Well, that begs the question, Jim, should the race start earlier in the day?
No.
Should they be starting it up at around 7 a.m. to try and not run into the night of night?
Keep your car off on the track.
No, that's true.
No.
That's a good point.
No, I'm all for any endurance race that goes over 6 hours should have a day and a night segment to them. I am a firm believer in that. I think it's part of endurance racing. I think that, endurance racing is about handling all the conditions, day, night, wet, dry, and those, situations, that's what endurance racing is. It's about enduring. And I think that absolutely night racing is part of that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a part of the test, and especially at a circuit where they don't have track lighting throughout the night. And don't even get me started on that, Jim. I'm a firm believer, actually, that tracks they're going to run at night should have at least some track lighting.
I agree.
To make it that a bit easier.
With that. It certainly makes it much better for our broadcast, for sure.
Well, and quite easy for them to do it at Sebring, being that it is an airfield.
Well, it's partially lit. So on
the straightaway.
No, it has a few other lights around the track. The only reason I actually know that 100%. What in the world is going on there? What is Holland doing?
Jason Holland trying to warm up his tires, it seems. That was very weird. Very, very weird there for Jason Holland.
Yeah, well, he and Maury are probably, I would guess, pretty decent friends. Maybe they're just playing around or something, because Maury is an LMP2 driver in the Bite Point League, and Holland is one of the admins over there as well. And by the way, shout out to Bite Point Racing, again, sister league to this league. We've done a lot together this season. Obviously, Mike Anderson and help me out here, Francis Crosby and Holland are all admins over there, and they race over here as well. Great league, and they just launched a website, and they're going to have us put commentator profiles on there so that people can learn a little bit more about the commentators and about Motormouth Broadcasting, and it'll link to any live feeds that we're doing, live broadcasts that we're doing. Really cool feature. So thanks to Jason Holland for that. I think he's the organizer or the guy behind that happening. So that's really cool.
Well, one thing that is cool, Jim, obviously, is we've got a new season coming up as well. Going forward of more sports car action to come our way.
Yes.
And one question I have to ask you: is Bite Point running this weekend? Because obviously this weekend is Easter.
Yes, they are. Friday night,
Okay.
we're doing. I don't know why we have an extra Biggert over there, but we do apparently. We have one extra.
Maybe he's the overall leader.
Maybe that's what that is. Interesting. It's cool. I wish it would say have a different colored box and say overall. That would even be cooler. Which we probably could do that too. Yes, they are running. It is their season finale as well. It is at Sebring, and they are. It's just a 60-minute race, though. They did their endurance race a couple of weeks ago. Their final endurance of the year. Where did we do it at? I can't remember now. But I cover way too many races, and my brain doesn't work that much anymore. My brain is on retirement long before my body is. So there's that. By the way, nice addition there with the NASCAR with the NASCAR driver details.
As you know, I am a big fan of the NASCAR 25 driver details.
Yes.
I think it looks sweet.
Well, it looks great, and it also provides for lack of a better term, it provides a shit ton of information. You can change up, you can get where they started, you can get lap times, you can get pit times, you can get all kinds of different information there, which I love that feature right there. Started 12th, or started 16th, currently running 12th. I like that. I think it's good information. When we redesign our next year's stuff, I would not be opposed to switching to that driver details for our main broadcast as well. As we talked about doing some other cool things pre-race that we won't talk about now. But I'll tell you what, let's do this. We got, I won't say a lull in the action because we got battles all over the track still. By the way, Daniel Small is trying to make lunch here of Jacob. I should have sent you the schedule is what I should have done. Did you happen to download the schedule?
I can download it now. If there is.
You,
there is a graphic for it. Here we go.
Yeah. Can you stick it in, and that way we don't have to get rid of the main racing because I'd have to go full
Jed
screen.
Jed is learning to do things the correct size, which I like.
I knew you were going to say that with the correct size. Yeah. Well, he did that. So next season will be obviously season 2 of 2026. It is going to be the European racing tour this time. We did the Americas this time, North, South, and Central America. And next season, we're going to do the European circuit, which starts on April,
22nd.
Yeah. And Daniel Small, by the way, got by Jacob there to take over overall second place. But props to Jacob real quick. Staying that close to Biggert and Small. Damn, I keep doing that. It's Biggert. It's insulting to say that. Hey, Biggert, sorry. Anyway, so European, got some cool tracks coming up this coming season. Well, you talk about it. I'll just focus on some racing here, and you go over that.
Well, of course, I mean, we're starting it out at Autodromo Internazionale di Monza for round 1. Obviously, Temple of Speed.
Yes.
That's going to offer up some great racing early on in the season. Then we go to Misano World Circuit Marco Simoncelli for round 2. Which
You and
again,
I,
if those
that's
who,
going to be a
those of you don't
pasta.
know, there will. Yep, indeed. So those of you who don't know what Misano is, it's a fantastic racing circuit based out of Italy.
Yep.
And it's great to go there once again. Then we go out to the Nürburgring for the Grand Prix circuit, Jim. Although I am prefer of the WEC variant of this circuit, but the Grand Prix circuit is still incredible.
Yep.
Circuit's older for round 4 as well. Obviously, the home of the Jimmy Broadbent 23-hour race for mental health, so it's great to be able to get Zolder onto the schedule as a part of a European tour. I think it's incredibly underrated, Jim, and it's always a fun time when we get to go there.
Speaking of, we need a detour right there, just because. Speaking of the 24-hour or 23-hour Jimmy Broadbent charity race, last year you were part of the broadcast. And
2024 I was, not 2025.
24. Yeah, 24. And it was a fantastic broadcast, obviously, and you were on the overnight crew. Well, here in the States, the overnight crew. And you guys cut up quite a bit. It was a lot of fun to watch. I tuned in and watched a good portion of it. I can't even tell you how much hours, though. And there was well, would we call it a bet or a challenge, or what would you call it?
A wager.
A wager.
It was a wager.
Yeah, that if so much money was raised, that you would get Jimmy Broadbent's famous saying tattooed on your body. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. I put the wager forward to Jimmy.
Yes.
And said that if they get a certain amount by the time I had to do my stint in the broadcast booth, that I would go get No Punterino Jimmer tattooed on my arm.
Yep.
And they did. They got that well before I was even in the booth. But I said if they hit 30K by the time I get into the booth,
they ended up raising
by the time I got in the booth, they were at
120,000 or something. Or?
Well, they were at 50 when I got into the booth. So, it's I had no choice on that matter. But I was happy to do so. But yeah. Anyway, to the second third of the season, round 5 we head out to Mugello on the May 20th. May 27th in round 6, the best race of the whole season at the Red Bull Ring on May 27th.
I believe that's going to be the endurance race too. One of the 2 endurance races, I think.
Good. That'll be spectacular.
Yeah.
Round 7, the beginning of June, it's going to be Le Mans season. So he has misspelt Le Mans, by the way. He spelled Le Mans.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he did. Apparently we're going racing at Circuit de la Sarre, Le Mans, as it's been spelt. Round 8, we go to the Hockenheimring for June 10th. Round 9, then into the final third of the season, we go to Autodromo Internazionale di Enzo Imola for June 17th. Yes. Round 10, Alton Park. Round 11, Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. And we ended all out at Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps on round 12 and July 8th, just in the beginning of the summer, or the midpoint of the summer, I should say. So it's going to be fun to go European racing once again. Hopefully, by the time that season comes to an end, Jim, when we get into season 3 of iRacing, we have Bahrain in iRacing. So then we can do an Asian tour the season after.
Yeah. You know what? So, first of all, on this particular schedule, the only track that I'm not really that excited about, it's probably going to rub a lot of people the wrong way because it's arguably one of the more famous circuits in the world. And but I personally don't believe in GT3 cars that it produces good racing. And that's Imola.
Jim, that was not the track I was hoping you were going to say.
No, I'm sure
I do think Imola provides great racing. The track I was hoping you were going to say was Le Mans, because I just think Le Mans is
Le
too
Mans
big
is, but Le Mans is not even arguably, absolutely the most synonymous track with sports car racing in the world. I mean, is it the most exciting? No. But with a 50-car grid like this league puts out there, it's going to be pretty damn good.
It will.
You know what I mean? If it's 15 cars, no, it sucks. But with the kind of grid that this league brings, it'll be good. It'll be fun.
I'll be honest, Jim. The one track I'm probably disappointed that's not on this list is Portimao.
I personally don't like racing Portimao. I struggle there, but I do agree with you. Portimao's a great circuit. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. A lot of people would say they don't like Barcelona, but if you take the last chicane out, Barcelona's a good track.
So what I would say is, and this is notable to Jed here, right? So he's put the Grand Prix circuit as the layout that he's used for the track map. We need to run the historic, which is the modern version of Barcelona now. The historic is much better than the GP, and I think that's the layout that should be used.
Yeah, definitely not the
historic
chicane,
circuit.
not the one with the chicane, because the one with the chicane is terrible.
Yeah,
the one
I
with the
agree.
chicane, it just breaks the whole rhythm of the track. And the
It
reason
does.
that's
It does
there
indeed.
is because to slow those Formula One cars down. You know,
Which now they don't even use it anymore.
right? But it doesn't need to be there for anything else. Pretty much, you know, it's
No.
useless. And so, yeah, I would argue that's you know that as long as we do that, you know, Barcelona is a good circuit. But I think it's going to be a cool schedule. You know, like I said, just in my experience of broadcasting GT3s at Imola, I just don't think it produces great racing. Now, Super Formula Lights or something like that, or Formula 4, you know, more agile cars that are not as big, I think it's a better track, more suited to. We're already seeing pit stops. We are 24 minutes in, and Kyle Dersham is the first to pit. Let's, I wonder if I can throw the pit thing up. Split screen? No. That's no bueno.
Well, Bersham is in. We've had one pit stop to this point that would be a reasonable pit stop time. That was Weston Adams on lap 11 of this race, Jim. So he's only pitted the lap prior. And drivers are just starting to spread out now, as can be the case at Sebring.
Oh, sure. Yeah,
As different
it's a long
drivers'
race.
pace discrepancies come about. As we were talking about the schedule for next season, Jim, Jacob Cotterman has now dropped down to P3 as well.
Yeah, I
and
called
is
that when
around
we were.
about-
Yeah. So we saw that when Shamal got by
But
him.
look who's up to P4 though, and chasing him down, Cole Malley.
Yeah,
in
that's
the
a
Merc.
that's a
It's
sweet looking
taking
Mercedes too.
down.
I have to say, I love that livery on that car.
It looks pretty sweet, it must
Yeah.
be said. So he's up 8 positions already into the top 4 is Cole Malley, and he looks to be on the road to the top 3 if he can chase down Jacob Cotterman, who's 5.4 seconds ahead of him. And this will become, Jim, probably the ultimate operation of opposites, I suppose, maybe, or the comparison of opposites. Cole's been very calculated,
Yes.
cool, calm all season.
Yes.
And Jacob, throughout this season, we've seen, has struggled at times to maintain that cool, calm, collected manner.
Yes.
So he's about to be put... Oh, actually, he's coming into pit lane now. Is Cole going to come in? He is going to come in. So we'll see if Cole's actually going to strategize this, and if he's able to put in a little bit less fuel than that McLaren and get out of pit lane before Cotterman does, or if he actually is able to bring down some of that gap to Cotterman as well. I think the one thing that Cole needs to remember is he doesn't need tyres here tonight. He won't need tyres. Jacob is taking tyres. Cole is not.
Why
So Jacob
in the
is wanting
world-
to try and hang on to the grip of that car.
It's not going to hang on to it. You're going to take 4 or 5 laps to warm the car back up.
Well, it's also
Well,
gonna be a longer
okay,
stop
all right.
point
Let me
flat
let me take that back. The tires would not be in good shape if you ran 90 minutes on them. So you pretty much got an option to take them here or on the second pit stop. He chose.
Well, he's
to
going to take them
here.
now, and Cole's going to take them later. So I would say Cole would probably actually have the advantage here because he's going to have fresher tyres at the end of the race than what Jacob's going to have in this battle for P3. So
Yes.
as they exit pit lane, they exit nice and tidily. Justin Cornett will slot in behind Cole Malley now as he comes down towards turn 3. And the battles continue on post pit stops. Majority of the field, by the way, just came in. Bulk of the field into pit lane. As Bigot continues on, again, we expect it to be a 2-stopper tonight, Jim. Although at their rate, if they're pitting on the 27-minute marker, it would be a 3-stopper because they wouldn't have enough to the end. They would have to splash and dash their cars to the end of this race. Where with Bigot, if he can go to the half-an-hour mark, as is Schmall, Caffrey, Patron and others, their race is going to be a 2-stop, but the difficulty then will be, if they go an extra lap, will they be sitting pretty?
Well, so well, they're coming in now, so they're not making it to the half-hour mark. But
No.
I would argue that Biggert can save enough fuel between this run and the next run to probably make up the difference, and his last run to probably make up the difference and make it a two-stopper for himself.
Well, I've just noticed something, Jim. So these new cold tires on Cotterman's car is costing him bulk time right now. That gap was 5 seconds before the pit stop. It's down to 2 seconds to Cole Malley.
Yep.
So Cole is chasing him down on warm, older tires, but you got that little bit more grip than the cold tires of Cotterman.
I mean,
Will he be smart here and just let Cole go? Because I think the smart choice is you let him go, you let the tires go up to temp, and then you attack him later as they're up to temperature.
Plus,
there's no point battling him now.
You've already made a decision. You now need to save those tires. You know, this is an endurance race. This is not a sprint. And speaking of that, Alan Aguilar, hard into the wall.
Oh, no. Alan Aguilar. And towing back to pit lane.
Oh, my goodness. That was a big hit, too.
The interesting part is, Jim, Cotterman and Malley's pit stop times were the same. So actually, Jacob could get away with tyres on the next stop and he'd be okay because he wouldn't be Cole's not actually going to be giving up any time when he does take his tyres in pit lane. So for Jacob, he could actually counteract that by taking tyres on the next stop and having tyres that are just as fresh as what Cole's are when Cole exits pit lane. But it's going to be a tough balancing act to decide whether that's going to be apropos or whether he should just stay on his warm, older tyres to have a better advantage out of pits.
Well, I think a lot of that depends on driving style, and there's a lot of things, the thing is he now has the option to not or to take tires. Cole would be struggling at the end of this race if he goes this whole race without tires. Assuming that. Cole is also very good at taking care of his equipment. So he may be able to do a full 90 minutes on a set of tires. I don't know.
He might be able to. I've seen it happen before, Jim. I've seen drivers do 2 hours on a set of tires before.
Yes.
And it's worked out for their benefit.
Yes, but Sebring is, arguably one of the rougher tracks on tires. The car bounces around so much, so it slides a lot.
One point I was about to make is Jacob needs to be careful. He was just weaving down the straight.
Yeah, well, you don't need to be doing that.
Now, iRacing driving standards would dictate he's only allowed to make 2 moves, and he's just weaved probably about 3 or 4 times down the straight. So I know he's trying to get temperature into the tires. It's not actually going to do very much to you, Jacob. It's actually going to wear them away if you do that. You're better off just letting them come up to temperature on the racing line where the track's hot and where there's grip.
Yep, and driving it just a wee bit deeper in and hit the brakes a little bit harder so the brakes get hotter, and all of that stuff helps with the tire temperatures. The weaving around like that is, but again, Cole is not your fight right now. This is an endurance race, and I'm not going to criticize Jacob and say that he doesn't think like an endurance racer. I don't know that. We haven't seen him enough in those situations. He's very aggressive, and we've seen him make mistakes, as we see John Voight and Kyle Smith there having a little back and forth action. It's hard to say whether his actions this season would indicate to me that he's not an endurance thinker as Cole gets by him here. Ooh, did you see those cars bounce? Both of them. Yeah,
I know. It looks like he's just let him go, though, at this stage, has Cotterman. So
good move.
Yeah, smart move.
Well, look, I'll say this, dude. If Jacob ever figures out how to take care of his stuff, kid's going to be sick because he's fast. He is fast.
Well, not just take care of his stuff, but also just keep the head cool as well.
Yeah,
and,
yeah. I
and
mean,
minimize mistakes.
No, I mean that's what I mean in general. Just take not wreck it, not spin it. Not any of that. Not just baby the tires and the fuel, but I meant just in general. Not spin the car, not wreck the car, not push too hard and make dumb decisions at the wrong time. Not fight battles that aren't your fight. All that stuff. Because he's going to be great because he's got the one thing that is the hardest to teach, and that's speed.
Yeah, but I often find, Jim, that if you can get smooth, you can get speed. And that really is, what can come of it. You find that bit of pace
but
just
it's
by
easier
being that bit
it's
smoother.
easier to smooth out when you're already fast than it is to get fast if you're already smooth. You know what I mean?
It's true. Battles, though, are still commencing throughout this field as well. James Leneven and Lorenzo Araujo are battling close with David Steiner ahead of them as well. Michael Caffrey's got Corey Patton chasing him down in that GT Invitational class as well. They're trying to chase down Jacob Cotterman as Weston Adams has gone off the road once again. And this time, I think we finally have a curb of death victim here, Jim. Although it looked like actually it was the inside. It was, and he didn't even hit the curb. He just lost the rears in that Mustang. So that's how he's gone round down there.
So is that where the worst
15.
rejoin in history was?
Yes, it was.
All right. Yes, I remember it well.
As Nathan Biggett now puts Adams a lap down in this race. He started in pole and he still sits P1. He's 3.5 seconds ahead of Daniel Schmall. Then it's a further 9.5 seconds back to Cole Malley
Jamie
in
Arthur
P3 on the road.
Jamie Arthur and Kyle Dersham here got a good battle going on. Both of them up significant amounts of spots. Dersham's up 13 spots and MacArthur's up 11. So they're having a really good run here. Good solid run through the first pit stop cycle. That's how you do it in endurance racing. You just work your way up.
Class battle. Well, into class battle tonight as well, obviously. GT3 AM battling with a GT Invitational driver. So,
yes,
that there is a point of pride for those future GT classification drivers to be able to show, well, this is where we stand. And actually, you could use tonight's race within reason, compare it to how other results have gone for other drivers who are already classified, and then you can actually probably get a good understanding of where drivers' pace lies, where their ability lies throughout the whole field as well. As Brandon Herzing has had a moment here on the road. This was down. Is this down at turn 17? So no, it's turn 16. So he's come through the mile corner. Chet Miller's clipped him as he's gone through.
Or did Chet get him? Oh, I think
he got him, but he got him, but he got him like at a minimal moment. Let's see if I got my roof camera.
Watch the rear bumper though on.
How it clips.
Yeah, he hit it for sure.
So the BMW goes around. He's got nowhere to go. Takes evasive action and just the slightest touch.
That looked like almost like a net code, man. Go on the nose and do that same.
I don't have a nose cam on that car. I moved it.
You can't be doing that.
I always do that.
Well, that's still.
Because the nose is right here, Jim.
Oh. That makes perfect sense because if there ever should be a nose, that's where it should be.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me find. What spot is he running in? Chet.
Hang on. Mark Ogier has just gone off
he did.
In the infield section. Chet, by the way, is P33.
Oh.
Mark Ogier's had a wild ride down. Where was this? I think this is down at turn 3 once again. So turn 4 has claimed another victim down here. Comes through 5 and up towards 6. Loses the rear. And into the wall.
Hard hit too, man. Hard hit. By the way, he's not 33.
Oh, 23, sorry.
Oh, yeah, that's better. Thanks. Okay, so let me see if I can do the nose cam now. But you know me, I'm slow as dirt, so there's that.
Hey, dirt falls fast if you drop it, Jim.
Don't mess me up. You messed me up. Good thing I had it on slow-mo, huh?
Yeah, I know.
See, I think that was net code, man. I'm not gonna lie to you there. I think he avoided him, and that was net code. You know,
It was something
all the
close.
changes and stuff that we see to iRacing, and we're getting all these new tracks, and we got all these wonderful new features. You know what? It's time for iRacing to step up their netcode game. It absolutely is. And anybody that argues that's just the way it is, go race on Le Mans Ultimate. It's not that way. It's not.
I think the issue is just obviously I think ping is a massive issue. But there has been some horrid moments of ping being
There's
bad.
ping in Le Mans Ultimate as well, though. I mean, and it doesn't happen there. I mean, it is so much different. I mean, it really is. It really, really is so much different.
Well, we got tightening battles continuing on. Jed Cotterman, Lorenzo Araujo, and James Leneven battling for position inside of the top 15. We both got them on our screens, Jim. Look at that. We are locked and loaded tonight. That's okay. We're getting on board.
Hey, you go ahead. There's plenty of other great battles going on out here. Go up here and look at this Jacob Cowderman. This Michael Caffrey, Corey Patton battle going on.
Well, it has been intensifying across the race between them as well. Malley is now half a second ahead of Cotterman. So Cotterman's actually hanging with him with those fresher tyres on board, Jim. So he's doing the business here tonight to remain inside of the top 5.
You could easily argue that that Cole is staying ahead of Jacob on the older tires. You know,
that's very true.
So two ways to look at that, I guess. But again, is Jacob taking care of his stuff to get towards the end of the race? Because that would be the proper move at this point, to stay in the draft of him. And
sorry, Jim. James Leneven's just gone round, as has Lorenzo Araujo. So I wonder if there was contact between them down at turn 5. We know it was a tightening battle, and I have a feeling it might have been some contact from Leneven on Araujo here that's caused them to head off the track down at turn 5. Exactly that. Tried to go for the inside, but Araujo didn't realize he was there, and both of them head off.
I'm not sure that Leneven was going to make that car stick no matter what at that speed. It looked like he carried way too much pace in there to me. I mean,
well, let's find him and figure out if he was going to make it or not. So they come through in towards 5. Doors open. No, he was never going to make that, Jim. He just drilled him.
Yeah, he wasn't going to make that. He was carrying way too much speed in there. He missed the brake marker, whatever,
well, he's trying to go for an inside line on a corner where Araujo's trying to go for a late apex.
Yes, and that's fine, but there was no way he was getting that car woed up to turn no matter what. That car wasn't turning. It was fixing to plow through there one way or the other. It was just that he was using Araujo. I tell you, got me saying it that way. Arroyo's 4 extra tires to help him stop is about what that amounted to.
He tried to use him as a brake, and it didn't quite work.
Well,
he broke him instead.
8 tires are better than 4,
Just ask a road train operator. He'll tell you that 32 tires are better than anything else.
What?
That was the wrong time for my cough to happen, Jim.
Yeah, what is a road train? What?
A road train is a really long truck, Jim, that has about 6 trailers on it.
Oh, well, we've never had one.
And they have 32 tires.
Oh, well, I don't think that's legal here in the United States. I think probably the most that I've ever seen is probably maybe 3 trailers. I'm not even sure that I've seen that, but we see a lot of 2 trailers. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
I'm probably over exaggerating with 6. I think the biggest road trains we have here are maybe 5. 5 trailers and then a truck on it as well.
Yeah. Man, I tell you what, it is so interesting to watch these cars bounce. This place is so rough, man. Can you imagine doing this in a pretty heavily set motion rig, this thing would beat you to death.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We've had a comment from Rhiannon in the chat as well saying sometimes a second truck to help push uphill. And that is accurate.
What?
And that is true. Yep. Yep, if a road train is approaching a big hill that it has to try and get up, Jim, there will be a second truck on the other end to help push it up the hill.
No kidding. Interesting.
No. Yep.
So, yeah, well, we probably should go over points. We haven't done that yet. Somebody asked back in chat. I haven't had chat on. I've been in the in-car camera thing for the drivers, their sim cameras. But yes, we will go over the points. I apologize for that. I should have done it before now. Do you want to load them and just go over them on your screen, and then I'll just stay on the racing? I've got them loaded, but we'd have to go to a single screen and cut the.
No, it's exactly what I'm doing right now, Jim. So it's fine. I'm loading them in.
Scott Mowry looks like he's had an incident. Let me go take a look at that. Well, there you go. That nose cam. Oh, what? Oh.
That nose cam worked very well, Jim.
Oh, man. Yeah, I was just on the wrong car. Holy cow. Was that Holland that hit him?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was Holland, who was battling close with him the whole race.
Well, here you go, then. Well, that didn't.
Well, that's after the incident, so you've got to try and reverse it, Jim, if you can.
No, I got it right here. Let's see. Well, where's Holland here? Well, it didn't work like I wanted it either. Never mind. I'm the world's worst at this. One day, I'll be a good camera operator. I'm going to practice, and one day I'll be good. All right, here we go. So he was clearly stopped. Yeah, he was.
And I don't know why he's still pushing on like that. Like, surely your instinct, someone on the inside going slow to the wall, you're going to try and maybe go around them instead of.
Well, I don't.
It's very weird.
Well, that was quite interesting at full speed.
Maybe it was he just didn't have the time to react.
Yeah, I don't think he did. I think by the time he realized that car was slow or stopped, it just it was too late. I mean, because if you think about it there, at that point, man, you're grinding. You're holding on to the car because you just came through Sunset Bend with that car right on the edge, you know what I mean? And, and then you look up all of a sudden and you see a car in front of you, not that big of a deal. Then, you look a split second later, you realize that it's too late and you're toast.
That's exactly right. Well, as we look at the points as well, obviously, Ricardo Delgado already locked out his championship last week at Daytona, Jim, for the pro classification. Bock and Bigot are still battling for pro class honours in P2, but I believe Bock is doing enough right now to remain in P2 in the championship. Patrone, Fulker, the top five, Anderson, Schmall, Oliveira, Crosby, and Smith. Then into the top 10 for the Pro-Am classification. Caffrey locked that out last week ahead of Harrison Holiday, Lance Campbell, Kurt Basler, David Steiner, the top five, Ty Baxter, Zach Houston, Jason Holland, Justin Welsh, and Lorenzo Araujo. So Campbell, who is further down the order tonight, back in P29. Where's Basler in comparison? Basler's up in P10. So actually, Jim, there is an opportunity for Basler now to get P3 in the title race ahead of Lance Campbell after tonight's race, and there's still opportunity for David Steiner to get that as well, being that he's only 6 points adrift of Basler in behind him too. So P3 still on between those guys, Jim, battling away for that positioning. For the M classification, well, Lenevan and Miller are still battling for their positioning. Hodderman's trying to get past Miller as well, which right now, if he were to finish where he is, he would get past Miller. I don't know if he would get past Lenevan, though, for P2 in class tonight. Swan, the top five, Vulpa, Ogier, MacArthur, Lawrence, and Herzing. And then for the GT4 class, they're not even going to get a chance to decide it. It's over.
That's it.
They're now
the
GT
final.
Invitational.
That's
how they finished
up.
up.
That's the final right there for that, yeah. I don't know. Lenevan, man, he was just involved in that incident, and he is back in 16th. Cotterman is currently running in 4th. That, without digging into I'd have to shoes and socks off and everything to count that high. So I don't know about that, but of course we picked the same battle. Right as soon as you come back to the camera, we picked the same battle. That's hilarious.
That's how close it was, Jim, and I thought, oh, we'll go there.
Well, I mean, it is a great battle.
It's a fantastic battle that's happening right now with Crosby and Voigt in behind him.
Yep.
I always find it weird to see people driving in VR, Jim.
No, of course, I had that conversation with him. That might have been in the Friday Night League. I'm not sure, but I had that conversation with him the other day. I agree, it does look weird, but I have to say, if you've got the computer to run VR and you're not one of those people that get motion sick or something, it's absolutely insanely immersive. I've got a VR headset and I've done some running in it. I need to get it set up properly, but it's just insane, man. It's just crazy how good it is. But you got to have a beefy system to run it and still get good frame rate and iRacing.
Well, what I think would be cool is, Jim, is if they made a VR headset that's immersive and small enough that you could fit it into the visor of a racing helmet.
They do have that cool. Now.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, they have two of them currently that are on the market that are small enough that you could rig them into the visor of a helmet. One of which is the Beyond Big Screen 2. It's called Beyond Big Screen. It's small enough that you could fit it in what would be the visor of a helmet. Pimax just is in the process of releasing one currently that's small enough for that as well. They're not cheap, but but they're super, super high end, something for 8K OLED, all kinds of, the highest of the high end stuff.
Unfortunately for me, I would need one that I can fit my glasses into.
Well, you can they do prescription lenses too.
Oh.
Yeah, you get these little snap-in lenses that go in there, and it's prescription lenses adjusted for the VR view, So, it's all available, It's just not cheap, but it's all available. I love it. I love racing in VR. It's hot, but these new headsets also have fans in them. So it helps disperse the heat, and they're so small that they're not. It's not near as tough, on you. They don't weigh on your head heavy or any of that stuff. VR's coming along in 10 years. VR is just going to be ridiculous. But I was thinking about getting one of the fancier, smaller headsets, but I'm waiting. My rig is not quite strong enough to run it like I want, as we see Bach going down the inside here on Steiner. Oh, Steiner goes way wide, which is probably a good thing because Bach ran a little wide himself.
He did. Can he get the runoff down towards turn one and reset himself up for a run at position over Justin Bach as this battle continues here? Lap 26 of at the 51 and 3/4 minute mark here tonight, Jim. We've got a little under 40 minutes to go.
Let me look. I'm just throwing this up there real quick. I know that this looks horrible here. I'll just take the picture off for a second. So we're getting close to pit stops again here. In the next lap or two, I would think some of these guys are going to start coming in.
I would say so.
Cotterman.
The first group went 27 minutes, so we would expect.
Steiner's probably going to pit on the next lap, or maybe this lap coming around. Maybe Bach might go one more. Maybe Steiner might go one more if they're trying to save and stretch a little bit here. We'll see. But I wanted to pull that fuel gauge up, get a look at it, and see how close we were. But yeah, we're definitely getting close, especially Steiner there.
Yeah, they are getting super, super close on that fuel number.
Let's see. While we
You'd
got
have
that,
to argue it's only a lap or two left on the numbers for those cars.
let's take a
Biggest
look
movers
yeah.
at this stage. Oliver Brooks up 18 positions. Dersham up 15. MacArthur up 14 here tonight. Swan up 13. Grondon up 13 as well.
By the way,
MacArthur, though, the most impressive of the bunch,
yes,
up into P9.
P9, and he is an AM driver. So that's a fantastic run. Second in class. Obviously, Jacob is, having a hell of a night tonight. James Leneven just had more trouble. This may be a good break here for Jacob. It looks like Leneven just had an incident. I'll put the picture-in-picture back up and get this off the screen here, and then we'll.
He needs this. Does Cotterman if he wants P2 in the title race for the amateur class. It's a big one, it appears, Jim, for Leneven, who is struggling out there in the Mustang down at Lamar Corner.
Oh,
hits
big
the curb
hit.
straight in the wall.
That's a nasty hit right there. What is he doing? Yeah, okay, there was no cars around. Oh, no, it won't even turn, though. Look. Okay, now that's...
Oh, no, what are you doing?
It's time to tow, man.
Well, he gets it going again, but he'll have to take it back to pit lane with a bit of damage. And you can see there, that thing's crabbing slightly.
Oh, yeah, no, it's tore
He's
up.
still out on the road, though, Jim.
He didn't pit?
And he's still trying to nurse it. He didn't pit. He was trying to nurse it back, and now he's realizing he's had to tow. So that is a lifeline and a half for Jacob Cotterman. He has to maximize now tonight. He needs this finish up in P4 if he wants to finish P2 in the amateur title race here this evening.
I tell you what, if you would have told me 2 or 3 weeks ago that Jacob was going to finish second overall based on the consistent string of bad finishes and I hate to say it, but rage quits that that happened and stuff, I would have told you were absolutely crazy.
It then goes back to the point we made last week, Jim, of should there be class points or should they be overall points?
Well,
because without class points and without the fact that he already got points because he completed a lap, he would not be in the position he is right now.
Yeah, and that's very true. That's very true.
And I would make the argument, Jim, because of those rage quits. I mean, we can't really call them anything else.
No, that's what they were. I mean, he was frustrated
because of those rage
quit,
quits. He doesn't deserve to be in this position in the championship. I strongly believe that.
I will say that given the current situation, the way the points are currently, he took advantage of the way the points are currently. And that's fine.
Yeah.
That's the rules. That's fine. But I would definitely agree with you and argue that it is time to potentially look at changing those rules. So we got to have some cars out here that are really getting a little low on fuel. It's interesting to see when Cole's going to pit here. I mean, I'm sure everybody's attempting to save a little bit on this run. Because pitting now, you're not going to make it unless you really, really, really fuel save.
It would have to be a maximum fuel save for it to happen for you. This is James Gilpin down at Lamar Corner as well, going around in that Aston Martin. Pulled it out of the way of the oncoming traffic as well.
Okay.
But we'll wait to see when these, although Mally's actually gone a couple laps longer now, Jim. This is lap 28, so he's actually gone 15 laps across this stint.
Well, yeah.
When he last pitted on 13.
And he didn't pit there.
No, he's kept it going again. So Malley is going for the half an hour mark. So maybe that. But what
maybe
that
they
says to me
short
is, Jim,
pitted. Maybe there was a short pit on those guys.
They might have.
They
might have realized that there's a shorter stop, and they did that in the first stop before the end of the race.
Maybe. Which. If that's the case, then I like Cole's strategy of waiting to take tires, even though it's going to take him a couple of laps to get him up to speed, Well,
right now, he's 5.6 seconds ahead of Cotterman, so he sits pretty well,
leading
the GT Invitational class tonight. and doing a heck of a job up in P3 overall. All 4 race leaders, Jim, are in the top 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bigot, Schmall, then P2 for the Pro class. P1 for the GT Invitational class, Cole Malley. P1 for the AM class, Jacob Cotterman. And P1 for Pro M class, Michael Caffrey, are all within the top 5.
I'll tell you what, don't look now, but John Voight is hammering on Francis Crosby here, big time.
Well, we know that Voight is a strong and competitive GT driver. He struggled in the GT4 this season, but you put him in the GT3 car and he can produce some magic for you on the road.
Right.
He's got some good pace, and he's proving that right now. Crosby knows he's on screen. He gives us the thumbs up.
And then he smiles about
away.
it.
I would assume Michael Anderson may be telling him that he's on screen, possibly.
Yeah, he could be. Yeah, that's possible that Mike's spotting for him or whatever if they're still in chat together. Let's see. Look over there and see if they are. No, Mike's not in there. He's checked out.
Ogier, Leneven, and Holland are all now in the pit lane, by the way.
Yeah, well, it's time for some of these guys, I think, Leneven's in there because of that crash, right? I mean, he's still getting it worked on, I'm thinking.
I believe so, yep.
Yeah,
so
he's been in 4 minutes.
That may be
Holland's
P2 in the
been
championship
there 15
gone.
minutes. Yeah, well, we'll see. I'm not trying to jinx anybody, but the reality is Jacob's still got to bring it home. And we still got 30 minutes left in this race. So I would argue that, it's not over till it's over for sure.
That's right. Dersham trying to go on the inside here of Jed Cotterman down at turn 1-2. And can't quite
Dersham's
get there
Mustang
this time by.
Wait a minute, does it look different on your camera than mine?
This Mustang is orange and black on my camera, Jim.
Let's see. Yeah, it does.
Yours has the base paint. You haven't updated your trading paints.
I did. It's all updated.
Weird.
I mean, I'll refresh, but is that a base paint? I didn't think that was a base paint.
I think yours looks like a base paint. Mine looks like a custom made. At the very least, and you know what? I'll update mine as well. How about that?
Yeah, well, it's taken a long time, so maybe it is maybe I did have the wrong one. Yours definitely looks custom, though, I have to say. The trading paints. I love trading paints, and I love the concept of it and all of those things. But man, I wish it was better than it is, you know what I mean, as far as delivering these paint schemes to these broadcasts. I wish it was a little better.
Certainly be nice. As Chet Miller battles away here with John Swan further down the order here tonight as MacArthur.
It's taken them forever for these to update.
Oh no, Lance Campbell has had another moment here, Jim, and this time it's down at Sunset. Car's gone round. I believe he's pulled it straight in pit road. Basil's in as well.
Well,
He's continued on, by the way. He's now gone 17 laps on this stint.
Yeah, he's masterfully doing a good job there. Dersham's paint didn't change for me.
Oh, weird.
And we both have Cole Malley's updated paint, so it's not, that's a new fresh paint, so. But Dersham's did not change for me at all.
Neither is mine.
That's
one of those weird world symptoms.
That's what I'm talking about though with trading paints, man. It just I just wish it did a little better job of delivering. Who's that's got a meatball? Is that it's Voight? Did he have an incident? Well, it shows a yellow flag. It shows a slowdown, but
he's dropped out.
Oh, so
he's not on the screen right now.
He was dropping down the order, but now the meatball's gone. Do we see anything on?
I think he's out. I have to wonder, Jim, if he's disappeared.
That sounds like a connection.
Hit the wall and then he's gone.
Yeah, go. Can you?
It's a
I
very
see no
strange
incident.
moment.
Do you see an incident?
No, there's no incident. There's no incident because he's disappeared. Just drivers just start passing him, and then he's gone.
Well, that's a bummer.
So it is a very, very odd moment for John Voight, who was driving so well here tonight. Let's see here, Scott Petrone.
Oh, Cotterman and Malley are in together again here.
Yeah, he disappears. He blinks out.
Oh.
And I think he actually hit the wall at Lamar Corner, and we just can't see him. And he's gone.
So let's see here. Now let's take a look at what Malley's going to do.
So Cole's
here.
taking tyres.
Yeah.
I don't believe Cotterman has.
Well, I wouldn't think so this time around. I mean, that's the whole point. He took them before, I guess. But my argument would be he took them on the short run cycle, and now
Cole's already out, by the way. So Cole's taken less fuel than that previous stop because they went that little bit longer. And he's got fresh tyres on board as well.
Yep.
So the strategy game is coming together for them. So Cotterman with no tyres on that stop. Started P2 tonight. Corrected order is P4. He had a slightly shorter stop than what Cole did, but I wouldn't have put it against Cole to get this car up to temperature fairly quickly.
Well, we'll see. I mean,
the road as well.
You know, this is a somewhat unfamiliar car to Cole. You know, we know he had been driving the Lamborghini playing around, and he obviously has been driving a GT3, or GT4. So to switch over here, you know, I don't know how much experience he's got in this car, really. But we shall see. We can. He's got Harrison Holliday right behind him. And somebody's off the track there. Huh? So somebody just getting out of the way potentially.
The road, was that Jed?
No, I don't think so.
It might have been Aiden Kiley off the road down there.
It was a black and white car. I don't think it had any color on it. It was, yeah, that's it.
I think it was Aiden Kiley, yeah.
That's probably it. So
interesting that someone's made Skeleton Rexy on an Aston Martin.
Oh, there's he probably knew he was on camera.
Well, no, that was what happened. That was the car.
Oh, that was
off.
the incident. Never mind. Okay. Well, I'm slow sometimes. I was trying to figure out because Harrison Holliday is getting by Cole right now. As Cole gets these tires up to temperature.
Yeah, Harrison needs to pit though. He hasn't pit yet.
No,
so.
I was basically just gauging that on how Cole was getting the tires up to temperature. So
I think he's just taking his time.
He is. He's held him off, and yeah. So, but it looks like Holliday took tires on the last stop too. So he probably won't take them on this one. But where is Jacob now, though? So he's two
Jacob's
spots back.
Not too far behind them.
Yeah, but he's still.
Actually,
he's about.
He's about
3.1
seconds ahead or behind Cole Malley. He's got 20 seconds back to the next car in Patron.
So yeah, I think Cole is going to get these up to temperature and be just fine here.
I think he's going to get a podium, Jim. I think he's going to have a podium here tonight. Coming his way as Biggett is into pit lane now out of the race lead. We await Schmall and Caffrey in as well. How much shorter are their stops going to be than those that pitted with half an hour to go?
Well, these guys can certainly, little quick duck and dash on the fuel. They should be able to get out a little sooner. Here comes Caffrey in. He's got a 30-second lead on Cole Malley. And I would argue that Cole's tires are probably up to temperature. Is Caffrey taking tires by any chance? I wouldn't think so.
Schmall is not.
Small and Biggert did not.
Caffrey is not either. So he is holding on to this set of tires.
Yeah, but
Now, they had around
he's
about
not
a
going to hold on to
20-second
third
stop.
place, though.
I don't think so.
Oh, no, that's gone. There goes Cole right there.
Well, they took a 3-second faster stop. Did the front runners. Caffrey's done the same. Is he going to jump Cotterman out of pit lane? No, but he's going to be right on him on the exit. So Caffrey comes out of pit lane. 3 seconds is the gap between the Pro-Am and the amateur race leaders here tonight. Jacob Cotterman, P4. Michael Caffrey in P5. And it's 3.5 seconds for Caffrey to chase down across the next 22 minutes. Can easily make it happen.
Yep, and I don't see Cole running down Schmall here. 13 seconds is huge unless there's an incident, you know. That would be a second a lap, and that's hard to do on somebody like Daniel Schmall. He's fast.
It'll be more than a second a lap, Jim, because we're not going to do 13 laps.
Yeah, what's about
across 22 minutes.
Well, it was 25 minutes. We did 13 laps before, so.
It'll be slightly less then. I mean, roughly maybe 11 laps left in this race with 22 to go. Yeah, it'd be about 11 minutes, surely.
You mean 11 laps?
So, 11 laps across 12 minutes, so that would
for those of you who
make sense to me.
Who are interested, I will throw up the grouped there just briefly.
Yeah, indeed. So obviously the pro classification for the podium right now, it is Bigot to Schmall to Patron. The top three of that class, GT3 Pro-Am, Caffrey to Basler to Holiday. GT3 Am, it's Jacob Cotterman to Jed Cotterman to John Swan. And then for GT Invitational, it is Cole Malley, Kyle Dersham and Oliver Brooks, the top three at this stage for that class here this evening. With 20 minutes on the clock, Nathan Bigot has got a 9.8 second lead over this man, Daniel Schmall, who can't do much more but just try and get this car home.
And Daniel Schmall now has a 12-second lead over Cole Malley because Cole basically took a second out of his lap time there.
Now pushing hard at this point in time of the race with the final 20 minutes of season 1 of 2026 to come.
I would love to see Cole push that hard to try to, maybe get a chance at second. But he's running into who's he up against? Who is this here? This is
that's lap traffic.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think who it is.
I think that's James Gilpin.
Oh, yeah.
I believe that might be James Gilpin.
It is.
Yep.
Right.
Harrison Holiday as well, battling with Dersham. Couple of the Mustangs in the field. They've got Steiner in behind them. And I believe Aiden Kiley is at the back end of that too, just as a lap traffic in and amongst this battle as well down towards turn 7. It's tightening up in the midfield of the circuit. Everyone else is spread out a little bit now, Jim, so all of the time and pressure has gotten to some of them. It's dropped them down the order tonight. It's not going to be a race win tonight for Jed Cotterman, it seems.
Yeah,
unless Jacob makes a mistake.
Well, all he's got to do is pick up something heavy and throw it over his shoulder, and he.
Yeah, true.
All
he's going to do is go and press the button on the back of his son's PC, and all of a sudden he's out of the race.
But the problem is that he would have to get up out of his. But see, he could take something and chunk it across the room.
Jim, that's why you have the wife on the payroll in Jed's scenario. You have her on the payroll. You give her $5 and she'll go turn off his PC.
There's very few mothers that are going to do something against their son over the dad. Mamas and their boys, So I would argue that she would go turn Jed's PC off before she would Jed's.
And take his $5.
Right, and take his money.
And then say, well, exactly. Jacob paid me 10.
Right, which arguably he probably stole from Jed's wallet.
Yeah, so ultimately she's up 15 and he's down 15.
This is an observation about Sebring. If you think about it, the last turn at Sebring, Sunset Bend, and then the first turn at Sebring. I don't know what that's called, but obviously the first turn. Those are two very tough sweeping corners that go opposite directions. Both of them tough.
Yes.
Going through Sunset Bend, the way that car bounces through there and stuff like that, it's really tough. And turn one as well. You got to get so close to that wall to get the best run off of. Well, you got to get so close to both walls. You got to get so close to the right wall. Then you got to graze across the bending wall as well. It's really two crazy corners, kind of back to back.
Well, they're big testing corners. I mean, you then think, well, what else have they got really back-to-back, turn 7 and turn 10? Both of those corners, very similar in how you approach them, but very, very difficult in how you actually attack them.
Right, by the way, how disrespectful is it that you call turn 10 turn 10?
Why?
Because it's Cunningham Corner?
I'm leaving that up to you to say that, Jim. You haven't said it all night.
No, I was waiting on you to call it Cunningham Corner in the track map, and nothing. Just turn 10.
You know why, Jim?
Why?
I know 2 corner names on this track off by heart. Sunset and Lamar Corner.
Okay, fair enough. I'll give you that one.
You know that if you go back to Sebring, Jim, you have to stay at Cunningham Corner, right?
Well, what's weird
and
is,
claim it as your own.
When I was at Sebring, I did not know at that time that Cunningham Corner was named after a cousin of my father's, a second cousin, but I did not know that. Had no idea. And not even sure that I knew it was Cunningham Corner at the time, but I did know about Briggs Cunningham, who it was named after, because he's a pretty interesting American race car driver. He built his own like Cobra style, like Shelby Cobra looking cars called the Cunningham car, and they were pretty did pretty well in endurance racing. And but he also, as an Australian, you probably can appreciate this to some degree. He competed and won the America's Cup as a sailor, and obviously in America's Cup history, America's only been defeated once in like the past 100+ years, and it was by Australia. Did you know that?
We do love our boats in Australia, Jim.
Did you know that though, or no?
No, I did not.
Because it's probably before your time.
As a person who only likes to go on cruise ships when it comes to boats.
Yes, I'm a big cruise guy.
Oh, so am I. Love cruises, Jim. They're fantastic. One of your best holidays you can take.
Yes.
You don't have to do any. The only thing you have to do is your washing, pretty much. That's the only thing you have to do on a cruise ship.
I just pack enough that I don't even have to do that.
Strategy.
But so we ought to work that into your United States plan. Then you can come over for some races and a cruise right out of right there in that part of Florida, like Cape Canaveral Port or Fort Lauderdale.
Go to Barbados or something.
Been there. Yeah. No, actually, I have not been to Barbados. We went to, those are called the ABC Islands. We went to Aruba and Curacao, but we did not go to Barbados on our honeymoon.
Well, I'm sure it was a lovely honeymoon, Jim.
It was.
To go there.
It was. Yeah. Aruba was great. Curacao was really cool.
Do they have blue Curacao there?
Yes, they do.
Yes. We have got 13 minutes of Season 4 of the Full Throttle Nation GT Championship still to come your way here tonight. And
I have to
one
say,
thing we
this
want to do is we want to give
by.
a shout out. Oh, it absolutely flown by, Jim. Absolutely flown by. But all we want to do, of course, is we want to shout out Roasted Record, who came on board this season as the title sponsor for this series, joined us on the channel as well as a stream sponsor too. Of course, down there in Stuart, Florida. You can go and visit them in
right here,
person. Get yourself
not
some
far.
artisan.
Oh, that didn't work.
Oh, not far from Sebring.
No, not far at all.
But you can go and visit them in person. Get yourself some tunes, obviously, some records or some CDs or whatever it might be that you want to buy from there. And then
I don't know if they
get some
actually. I
artisan
think
coffee
they
and go
only
with it.
sell albums. I think it's
Oh,
like
they only have LPs?
Yeah, I think it's only like vinyl. That's the whole deal.
Okay.
I believe.
You go down there, buy some LPs. Get yourself some artisan coffee as well. It really is a hipster's delight down there, Jim.
It really is. It's
in
kind
the
of
roasted
kind of a
record.
cool vibe, actually. I mean, the thought that you can go in there and, if it's like your local coffee shop, you can go in there and have some coffee and you can listen to albums, in there. And just a really, really cool vibe. And they artisan roast coffees from all over the world and import the beans and they're all small batch roasted. So it's really cool.
Well, Jim, as well, it's not limited to those who can go visit them in person.
No, not at all.
You can also order online.
Yes.
Go to their website, link in the description down below. Use code SIM20 SIM20
Yes.
at checkout. Get yourself 20% off your order at the Roasted Record as well, and help support us and help support the Roasted Record too. I want to also shout out as well to DRE Digital Race Engineer. You can follow the link down below to get your free trial of DRE and get, test out the free version. Decide then if you want to get the paid version as well. And also to Track Camps for Gourmets. They're helping us right now, Jim, by having us show off this beautiful racing action and this beautiful circuit down here in Sebring, Florida, to its absolute best possible design.
Yes.
Unfortunately, the as good as some of the cameras are on iRacing, they could be better. And Track Camps for Gourmets help bring that to life for us and make it look as realistic as possible.
I wouldn't even argue that the iRacing cameras are that good because they're really not.
The track cams are okay on some of the newer circuits. The car cams, why have we got outside car shots like it's a hype video for something? That doesn't make sense to me. And one of those things though that they do for Track Camps for Gourmets, Jim, which is really cool.
Said doo-doo.
They will. I did say doo-doo. One thing that they do is, and this is really cool, they will remake a camera to match what it looks like on TV for an event. So right now I'm running the 12 hours of Sebring camera.
Mm-hmm.
So it shows how it would show on the 12 hours of Sebring. The Bathurst camera pack has a Bathurst 1000 camera on it, which will show it as it's shown for the 1000. Daytona has a 24-hour one, and et cetera, et cetera. If a circuit has a special event, I do not know. I'm not seeing an incident for him at this stage. James Gilpin had a moment. Steiner had a minor off-track. Yep, and then he's had this moment.
It wasn't
as well.
a minor off-track. It was pretty major. There you go. Yep.
Yeah, he's caught that down at Lamar Curve, and into the wall he went. So go try out Track Camps for Gourmets.
That was not his
broadcaster.
That was not his finest
that was not his
rejoin.
greatest rejoin. No, it wasn't. Definitely not the worst rejoin we've seen at this track, Jim, but not the best.
No.
Yeah, no. It's
the thing about rejoins is you're so pissed
for,
that you just spun.
That's right.
That a lot of people just don't even think about
exactly
it.
Right. Exactly right. And when we head back to live, we'll see where he's ended up, and he's ended up down the order here tonight as well. But what I will say though is, Jim, for someone to have the worst rejoin at Sebring, it's a pretty high point of measurement to beat the worst one we've seen here at Sebring. Ultimately, it would take some real proper brain fade to beat the worst one we've seen at this track.
I honestly can't even imagine that level of brain fade.
Yeah. I mean, it's just...
that was the worst thing. I mean, that was just so bad. For those of you that have no idea, on our channel, we do post shorts and reels, whatever you want to call them. And there is one called The Worst Rejoin in History or something like that. Feel free to go watch it, but it was just egregious. The guy wrecked his car, and he just literally blindly backed right out into the track. I mean, it was just absolutely ruined somebody else's race.
It's pretty atrocious.
Trone taking it around the outside there. On the outside, That's not an easy pass to get done there. That's a tough pass
It's
to
not.
pull off.
It's a hard one to get done. Steiner now actually has a meatball flag after that contact in the wall as well, Jim. Just
Well,
to
I
confirm,
think he
so he'll
had
have to come to
another
pit lane.
incident after that. I believe.
Well, he had an off track, but I don't believe it was a
No,
contact.
look here, watch. Oh, no, it wasn't. Okay, he just stopped. Okay. You're right. I hate it when you're right, just for the record.
7 minutes to go in this race. 7 minutes for this season to go as well. Next season,
That's crazy, man, that
we
this season
leave.
has flown
We
by
leave.
like this.
I know. We leave the Americas and we move on to Europe
I'm excited.
for next season.
I'm excited.
I'm excited
we've
too.
covered the United States pretty well, or the Americas pretty well this year.
I wouldn't. I probably wouldn't have changed it. Well, I would have changed probably VIR to something better.
Well, but
I wouldn't have changed many of the tracks on the calendar this season, Jim. I think it was spectacular.
no, it was good. I mean, if all things being equal, I potentially wouldn't have mind seeing St. Pete come in here at the end, since we
Yeah, that would have been nice, but it wasn't confirmed that it was going to be coming in at the time.
probably not, no. But I'm a big like
I think
let's
I
be
would have
groundbreaking. Let's be the first to show the these tracks when they come out. I mean, I don't know. I would have probably, if I were making the schedule, taken a gamble, because everybody knew St. Pete was coming. I mean, that's probably one of the worst kept secrets in iRacing. By the way,
I would have
hold on, let me do this.
Swapped to VIR for Miami. That's what I probably would have changed. Actually, now that I think about it.
GT3 cars at Miami would be horrific. I've yet to see a good race at Miami. I kept thinking it was going to be fantastic, and I have yet to see a good race. Oh, you talking about Homestead?
Talking about Miami International Autodrome.
Yeah, have you
I can
broadcast?
show you a good race there, Jim.
Yeah.
I've broadcasted there twice.
I have seen nothing but just big gappers where everybody's 2-3 seconds apart.
Oh, Jim, I have a race to show you after this then.
Well,
Do I have a race to show you after this? Anyway, to your point.
Which I don't know what it was now, because I've completely lost my train of thought. But, I would have liked to. But anyway, the Europe thing, man, I'm super excited about it. I think it's a good selection of tracks. It's going to be fun. And then hopefully we can do an Asia tour next, which would include, obviously Australian tracks, Japanese tracks, some, I guess, Middle Eastern tracks. Hopefully Bahrain comes in by then, which I do love Bahrain. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Never mind. It comes back eventually. Talking about big surprises, as everyone's well aware of, as we're down to 5 minutes to go here, folks. 5 minutes. I'm a big LMU person. I love playing Le Mans Ultimate, driving in Le Mans Ultimate, racing in Le Mans Ultimate. They just had their newest update release, and everybody knew the track that was coming was Barcelona, and the car that was coming was the last of the LMP3 chassis. And they surprised everyone. No one knew it was coming, and they released the Genesis for free. The new Genesis hypercar, they released it for free. It surprised everybody. All the people that got advanced looks at the pre-release stuff, it wasn't included, so nobody knew it was coming. And then all of a sudden the release comes out, and there's the Genesis. So
unbelievable.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, you got to give them credit for that. That's, in today's day and age, to sneak something in like that on, without it getting leaked and getting out, which it didn't. So, yeah, it's a pretty cool looking car too.
Well, with 3 minutes to go, Jim, we've only got a handful of laps left here at Sebring.
Yeah, we got a couple
and
of good battles going on,
though. This season.
Yeah.
We do indeed. We have got 2 laps to go as Bigot comes around.
Well,
with 2 minutes and 40-odd seconds in change. 2 laps. Black flag for Justin Bock.
What?
Who I don't think
That's
is either
incident limits.
cleared a slowdown
No,
or it's an incident limit.
It's incident limit. Yeah, it's incident
That'll take
limit.
him out of contention tonight. Gilpin's gone off as well.
Oh!
Oh, and that's a poor rejoin from Gilpin right in front of Kyle
Was that
Dersham, who was getting past him.
Did Dersham hit him though? I think he did.
He did. He hit him. So this is what sent Gilpin off the track. It was possibly a moment here with Justin Cornett, who was on his inside, well on his inside, still there, turns across his nose, and unfortunately for Gilpin, just a really poor form of racecraft, and then pulls out right on the racing line, right in front of Kyle Dersham.
Yeah, I would argue that's not his best series of moments right there.
Certainly not. Oh no. Circuit breaker popped and power cut out in the house for Chet Miller, who is out of this race now, unfortunately.
Oh, man.
So that's a real shame for Chet.
On, Chet. Talk about some bad luck here at the end of the season.
I know.
Man. When things are really coming together for him, and then just for that, it's, So this is
it's a real shame.
This is a pretty hot and heavy battle right here with Crosby and Jed Cotterman, and then Patron is also right in there.
I'll tell you what, Jed has driven spectacularly tonight to get this car to where it is.
Yes.
Up 12 positions into P6. I did not think he was going to get up this high. He's done a spectacular job. Cotterman is only 2 seconds now ahead of Michael Caffrey, by the way, with 1 lap to go. So if Cotterman makes a mistake on this final lap, he's going to drop out of P4 overall and drop to P5. Now he's got 22 seconds back to his dad. So he's okay. Oh my God, he nearly lost it at Lamar corner. He nearly lost it. You saw his eyes light up then in fear that the last 89 and a half minutes were going to be for nothing because he nearly put it in the wall down there at Lamar corner.
It rear-ended
That was
snap.
so close.
That's some old tires, man. He's on some old tires now.
I know. White flag now, by the way, for Bigot ahead of Schmall and Malley on the podium at this stage. Jacob Cotterman's got 1 lap to survive with an incoming Michael Caffrey, who is only 1.2 seconds behind him.
Oh, man.
Jed Cotterman is getting put to the sword with Crosby and Petronian behind him as well.
Crosby just lost the front end 2 or 3 times going through Sunset Bend there, though. That was horrific for him. He dropped back significantly.
No. Black flag for James Gilpin now for hitting the incident limit. This is what's happened to him down at Lamar corner. He's lost the rear end and only just touched the wall. So that's what's happened to Gilpin.
All right, so when we get on the last lap, which we are, go focus on Nathan, please.
Well, here he is. He's at Lamar corner and he's coming down Sunset towards the final corner.
I'm going to focus on
in what is the sunset moment for this season as well. Most wins this season for Bigot, but unfortunately missed a couple of races that took him out of contention for the title race. He will lock in P2 in the title as he comes round the final corner. Race win in Sebring for Nathan Bigot. 6 seconds back, Daniel Schmall in P2. And Cole Malley in his first running for the GT3 class tonight in the GT3 Invitational will come through the final corner as the GT4 champion and P3 overall here at Sebring International Raceway. Jacob Cotterman is going to survive the onslaught of Michael Caffrey to come home in the race win for the AM class. And P4 overall, and Caffrey wins for the GT3 Pro-Am. Next season he'll be a pro, as will this man, Jed Cotterman, as he comes through the final corner. Title will be locked away. And the celebrations will begin as Jed Cotterman will officially be the GT3 AM champion for Season 4 of the Full Throttle Nation GT Championship. Crosby, Patrone, Holiday, Basler, the top 10. Oh, but Basler's just lost the rear at the final corner. He's luckily got 12 seconds back to Dersham, but that will get him wide-eyed and bushy-tailed for the final crossing of the start-finish line.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's hot and heavy there. Let's see. They've still got a little battle here between Ty Baxter.
Jacob Cotterman. Just quickly, Jacob Cotterman's gone to his natural element of the grass to celebrate his race win tonight.
He's more comfortable there.
He's more comfortable there. Baxter will come round, sunset, take home the position ahead of Brooks for the top 13. As our race winners hop into the interview room and they await our conversation. Schmall's got in there. Why is Schmall in there for? He didn't win. Drivers need to learn, Jim.
Not really sure.
You didn't win. You don't get the interview if you didn't win. Unless already dictated by the classification winner.
Maybe he's
and
just
Justin Bach.
hanging out chatting. Who knows?
He might be. Who knows?
All right.
So, well. Tonight, how much did Biggett actually outscore Bach by? I don't think he actually outscored him by enough, Jim. Because Bach was P5.
No, probably.
So I actually think I think Bach is still P2 in the title race.
I would agree with that. I would be surprised if that's not the case. And I'm pretty sure that Jacob probably took over second place in the Pro-Am or the AM class. All right. So we can do one of a couple things. I've got something that you've never seen before. You've seen well, let me do this first because that's a lot of numbers. And so we've got the 10-car grid, right, that we can actually show results like this. We could do this.
Yes.
Oh, well, it brought them all up because but anyway, we won't do that. We'll do it the other way. And we'll show, you want to do overall or you just want to do them by class?
Let's do them by class because they're scored by class. So.
Okay, there you go then.
Well, for the GT Invitational class, it's Cole Malley ahead of Kyle Dersham, Oliver Brooks, Chris Grondon, Aidan Kiley, Michael Smith, John Voight, and Corey Patton down 25 laps here this evening. To the GT3 Amateur class afterwards, we'll then find Jacob Cotterman ahead of Jed Cotterman with John Swan, Greg Lawrence, James Gilpin, Marco Giat, Weston Adams, Jamie MacArthur, Chet Miller, James Laneven ahead of Brandon Herzing, and David Vulpart down 37 laps in the end.
Gilpin, 25 incidents for Gilpin.
That's a real shame for him. Pro-Am class tonight, Michael Caffrey ahead of Harrison Holiday, Kurt Basler, the top three. Araujo, Baxter, Steiner, Campbell, Holland, Mowry, and Phil Caffrey at the back end of that field as well. And to the GT3 Pro classification, it was Nathan Biggett ahead of Daniel Schmall, Francis Crosby, Scott Petrone, Justin Bach, Justin Cornett, Kyle Smith, and Michael Anderson. Down 44 laps in the end there. Biggett led every single one of this race. He did not lose the race lead at a single point here tonight, Jim. He led all 45 laps.
Not incredibly surprising, if I'm being honest. So I do want to see if this is going to work. I don't think it's going to, but I just want to see real quick. Let's see. Pro, podium. Oh, that's bad. No, that didn't work. Okay. All right. So, yeah, we're good. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, we'll start off tonight by talking to our GT Invitational winner in Cole Malley. This will double as our GT4 champion conversation as well. Cole, welcome in. GT Invitational winner for the final round of the season. And next season, I have a feeling you're going to have a red banner on your car as a GT3 Pro driver.
Nobody's safe.
Nobody's safe.
Nobody's safe.
Good job, though, dude. A lot of fun.
Thank you.
Good job. Yeah, that was good fun.
Well, I appreciate it. I think everybody got a lot of good practice coming from the 12 hours of Sebring, and so we were all ready and rip roaring, ready to go. Some people got some better pits. Some people had really good sunset lines, and I think it was a fun race.
Oh, you look like you've just come from a CrossFit session.
It's my focus bandana.
No, it's not just the bandana. It's
well,
the
if you're going to
the
wear a
sweatshirt as
focus,
well.
if you're going to wear a focus bandana, it needs to be the Miyagi-Do karate. You need to get a Miyagi-Do karate patch and make a bandana that's Miyagi-Do karate.
Oh no.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, maybe we'll
Yep.
we'll look at it. We'll look at it.
Yes. You know which patch I'm talking
I
about
think-
with the tree, the
No,
bonsai tree?
I think Cole needs to. I think Cole needs to delve into his inner Johnny Lawrence next season when he
Oh.
goes into the GT3 Pro class.
He's not going to go into the pro class. He's going to go into the pro-am class. But
Well, even as a pro-am.
yes. I mean, I think you would be fine in the pros if you choose to do that, and that's entirely on you. But I also think coming from GT4s that you should have the opportunity to win one of the underclass championships in GT3 before you move into pro. But if you choose yourself to go to pro, I could certainly understand that for the challenge,
Oh, sure. I mean, realistically, I'm here for the competition. So if they put me in pro-am, if they put me in pro, at the end of the day, as long as I'm driving against fast people, I'm happy.
Well, there you go. So
Well, Cole, dominant season. Ultimately, the most dominant we've seen in that GT4 class to this point. Next season, no more GT4s, only GT3s. European calendar. Were there any that you saw on that calendar that you wish, or were there any tracks you didn't see on the calendar for next season that you wish were there?
I got probably not. I do enjoy all of the tracks. I love the variety, and especially because there are 4 tracks on there that I don't know. I'm already looking forward to practicing, so it'll be good.
yeah, that's
Well,
always important. What are the four? Just out of curiosity, I'm assuming Misano is one of them.
Misano is one of them. Hockenheimring, Zolder, and then
Disgusting that you don't know the
That is-
Hockenheimring.
That is kind of disgusting.
That is egregious. Absolutely
I'm
egregious.
so sorry. I have it. And then Algarve. I have the
Algarve's not on
track.
there.
Or what?
Algarve's not on
Algarve's
there.
not on the calendar.
Oh no, that was this
It should
season.
be.
Right? I missed it this season or last season, whenever it was.
Algarve should have been on there. but
Yeah.
it's not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what?
should
Actually,
be.
I got it right here. Magello. That's the other one.
Oh, Magello. Yeah.
Yeah, Magello.
Nah.
Good. I mean, it's a good track too. But the most underrated track on that schedule is absolutely Misano. People are going to
I
be
would argue
surprised.
Zolder. I would argue Zolder
Well,
is more
Zolder,
underrated.
my issue with Zolder is it's a bunch of chicanes, and I'm just not super thrilled about that. But that's just me. But Misano, it's known to be a motorcycle track, and so when Hamish and I first went there and broadcast it, I had this impression that it was going to be this narrow, hard to race circuit, but it's not. It's big, it's wide open, it was a great track, and it produced great racing, and plus the pasta jokes were insane between Hamish and I.
Sure.
Hamish was on a roll that night. He probably unleashed 50 pasta jokes that night.
Very nice.
But hey,
Love
man, congratulations! Obviously, what a great season. Super proud of you. Super happy for you. And looking forward to see you move up to wherever you move up to. And coming back next season. Is the Merc going to be the car next year, you think, or what?
Ooh, so I made myself a promise. I've been doing a lot of rear and mid-engine cars. I'm going to do something front engine, but I don't know what just yet.
Okay. And so it's definitely going to be a front engine car next season. Okay.
It is, yes.
All right. Well, there we go. All right. So, yeah, that leaves us hanging a little bit, but it certainly narrows it down.
It'll be one of 3. It'll either be the Merc, the Mustang, or the
Aston Martin.
BMW.
Well,
Aston Martin's mid-engine, isn't it?
No, Aston Martin's front engine.
I think the GT3.
Is it front engine?
Yeah, that GT3
Okay.
Aston
Either way.
Martin is definitely front engine for sure. Yeah.
Okay, well that's 4 then. I thought
Yeah.
it was mid-engine. My fault.
Which either one of them would be good. I mean, I think you probably, arguably at this point in time in iRacing, you're driving probably the best of the 4 right now. But that changes regularly, so you never know. But,
Sure.
But, all right, buddy. Well, congratulations again, and I'm sure we'll see it during this off-season period. I'm sure there'll be some fun races or something. Heck, Hamish and I might decide to even join in on something. You never know.
Sounds like a great plan.
Yeah, well, we need to get embarrassed, or at least I do. We'll see you, man.
All right. Well, thank you guys.
All
Have a
right,
good
bud.
night.
Much, Cole. Congratulations. All right, and next up, we are going to chat to. Should we chat to Nathan first and then bring the Cottomans in together, Jim?
Yeah,
I
that's fine.
think.
Yeah.
Might be good. Yeah, okay. Next up, we have our overall winner tonight and our pro winner as well, Nathan Biggett. Nathan, welcome in. Congratulations on the race win tonight. You led every single lap on the road here at Sebring. It wasn't a championship this season, but I have a feeling that next season may be the one that you're going to try and go for it. How are you feeling, though, after this race win?
Oh, I'm feeling great. Sebring is such a fun track. Luckily, had all kinds of practice running the 12-hour last weekend, so it was kind of coincidental that we had this a week after. This was perfect. Had all kinds of practice. Granted, I ran a different car, but yeah, it was just a great race tonight. Was able to actually get a good start. Lap 1 didn't get wrecked. Had incidents the last 2 weeks, on lap 1, so it was just nice for everyone to be tolerant and easygoing. Get single filed out and just have a good race. And I think mainly I gained most of my time on the guys just on pit road, in lap, out lap. Definitely the out lap, I think, is where it seemed like I kept gaining. But just kept it clean tonight and stayed steady pace, saving fuel the whole time. My normal thing in this league, saving fuel, save fuel. It was still fun.
I tell you, to be honest with you, man, you're fun to watch drive, and I, I enjoy watching you. You're fast and all of that, but to be honest with you, one of the things that I really enjoy watching is how fast you can be and save fuel. I mean, it always blows my mind that you're able to get that extra lap or even two sometimes out of a car when other people can't, and I think that's really cool, and it's obviously a great quality to have in endurance racing to be able to do that, because that really truly is the name of the game in the long endurance races. So that's probably the thing I admire most about you, is that your ability to be fast and save fuel.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it comes. I'm not exactly like pro level in a sense of under braking, so I tend to to try to push and get extra speed. I just can't do it in the braking zones. So I can actually be smoother by lifting and coasting and pretty much get the same amount of lap time as if I'm pushing hard by saving fuel. And a lot of times I end up going faster saving fuel just because I'm smoother with my inputs
Right.
of getting off the throttle onto the brake. My steering is just so much smoother, less mistakes.
That's the
and
thing,
it
less
takes care of the
mistakes.
tires on the long run. Is just there's so much benefit to running smooth rather than hard and fast.
Yeah, well, I mean, that can be said, just as a general statement across the sport in general. Smooth is fast, so that's and so many people could learn that lesson.
Absolutely.
So I'm sure Hamish has got something else for you.
Oh, well, I think, Nathan, you do have a great season, and, we want to try and, or we want to hope to see you do well again next season as well. Have you seen the calendar for next season just yet?
It's all European.
Yes.
Yes.
I was talking to Jed about probably won't. Again, I won't be able to make like the whole season. I'll pop in and out for a couple races, but I'm gonna go back to running NASCAR on Wednesdays. So it'll be like the off weeks that I'll come in and race with these guys.
Bah humbug.
Yeah, I like having fun, but championships aren't really what I'm worried about. It's just about having fun racing with the guys.
Right. So how many nights a week are you racing NASCAR now?
3.
So, okay. Because I know a landing spot for you on Tuesday or Thursday if you're interested.
My Thursday is open.
It's a good league. They get 50 plus trucks show up for 43 spots.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a good league. You got to qualify to get in. We'll talk about that though. I'll send you a message.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway. So, but man, look, congratulations again. It's always good to have you here. And I can definitely dig that the championships is not what you're out to do. You're just out to have fun, and that's awesome. And it's always a pleasure when you show up and run fast. And it's always fun to interview you and talk to you after the race. So again, congratulations. Thanks for showing up. And hey, show up when you can next season. As well. Friday nights too. We got the Bite Point League on Friday. I'm sure they would love to have you pop in over there as well.
Absolutely.
All right, man. Again, you got anybody you want to shout out to real quick before we let you go?
Mainly just Jed. He's done a great job. I appreciate him bringing me over here, letting me have fun with everybody in the leagues. And like I said, he's doing a great job. It takes a lot of work to run one of these things, and hats off to him for doing it all for us. And also you guys at Motormouth doing a fantastic job. You really are great at doing these broadcasts. I really enjoy the dynamic between the two of you and just the way you broadcast. It's awesome.
I mean, I
enjoy
think
going
we're
back
not
listening.
everybody's cup of tea, but if you, if you find us funny,
I enjoy you guys.
It's definitely
Absolutely.
a dynamic for sure.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Well, we appreciate the compliments, and you're right 100% about Jed as well. So, but, again, look forward to seeing you when we can, and I'll send you a message about the NASCAR thing. I'd love to. I want to actually broadcast some NASCAR races with you in it if you're actually better at NASCAR, which is kind of frightening. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
all right, man. Well, again, we talk to you soon.
All right. Talk to you later.
Can't lie, he didn't seem super excited about the European schedule, did he? He was kind of
No, he didn't. He didn't.
I'm a
But,
NASCAR guy.
Finally, we're going to drag in Jacob and Jed Cotterman as well at the same time to talk about.
Well.
Don't come in here talking no trash after the
I mean,
season.
well. You
Well,
nearly threw away. You nearly
well.
threw that away at 1 hour and 29 minutes and 30 seconds
Boy,
to
that
go.
thing snapped out on you, and your eyes got so big.
What, turn 16?
Yeah, you should have seen your face on camera,
I was so
dude.
scared.
You should have seen your face. Your eyes got so big. You look like one of them cartoon characters. Your eyes got so big.
You mean
That was so bad.
the twig almost snapped? Is that what you said?
Yeah,
That's
twig,
all I heard.
The twig
Yeah,
did
basically.
almost. I can't believe that he's going to walk in here talking some trash after the season that he had. You ought to be doing nothing but eating humble pie right now.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
Oh, see what I tell you, my weekly dose of roast.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's be realistic. Have you went back and watched some of these races this season?
No, I've been deleting them all.
I bet you have. I bet you have. So is it right that I'm hearing that Jacob's going to move to Pro-Am instead of amateur, stay in AMs?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I'm moving
look
him
at
up.
my I rating. I think I deserve it.
What is
Yeah, look at your racecraft over the last half of the season, Jacob.
Whoa. I can't remember the last time I lost an official race, though.
Yeah, but this is not officials, though. This is
league racing.
League racing.
That's right. It's a different deal. But no, look, the reality is if you drive like you drove tonight and keep your head about you, you certainly are plenty fast enough for Pro-Am. No doubt about that.
Yeah.
This
is my track, though. This is like my signature.
Well, it
track.
should be. You live an hour from there. It should be your signature track. But still, if you keep your head about you and drive like you did tonight, you'll do great in Pro-Am. I have no doubt about that. Your speed is not the question. It's whether or not that you can maintain over the course of a season that level of patience that you drove tonight. I will compliment you and say that you did a great job tonight in managing your equipment. You let Cole go by when you knew it wasn't your fight. He was on you were on cold tires, he was on warm tires, and you let him go. You didn't fight him at that point because
I was driving scared.
But you're not supposed to admit that. You're supposed to say that yes, that was all part of the plan. And
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just so happy that for a few laps stayed next to Nathan and Daniel.
You did. You look good staying up there too. I gave you credit on the broadcast. You won't want to delete this one. You did a good job, and you had a good run. You had a good run tonight, and I just want you to remember the things that you had in your head tonight and do that next season, and you will have a really good shot at winning the Pro-Am championship. Although
I agree.
you're going to be
100%.
probably battling with Cole if he decides to come up to Pro-Am, or if he doesn't go to Pro.
Nope. Cole's pro.
Is he going Pro? That's
Yep.
official now. That's
Yep.
a
I've
done
got
deal.
the official list. I'll send you. Yep.
Okay. I mean, my only argument with that would be coming out of GT4 that he should have. This is my argument that he should have the opportunity to win a title in one of the lesser classes before moving to Pro, because it's going to be very hard to win the Pro title, and so he's going to immediately go from dominating to not dominating, and just But I mean, I can see it. He's fast. He's plenty fast enough to be a pro for sure.
Yeah, he's really really good.
He is
like
good.
I said. We race in a Saturday night league together, and I've yet to beat him. He's always top 3. He's very very good.
I can
A
believe
little spoiler for next season. Nathan,
Yeah, we need to get that
and-
twig off the screen.
Shut up!
it. You want me to? I
Gosh,
can't
you
mute
little
him.
punk. No, I can't.
Yeah.
No,
Hey, who's the
Ricardo,
winner here?
Oh.
You can move him though.
Yes. Yeah. Just move him out.
He's good. Nathan and Ricardo will not be coming back for season 2 for personal reasons, nothing to do with the league.
Yeah. No.
They won't
Nathan
be back.
told us he was going to be doing
Yeah,
some
he's-
NASCAR. And I tell you
Yep,
what,
yep,
we
yep.
brought up the schedule, and you should have. He was like, yeah, it's like European. You could tell he just wasn't. He wasn't feeling it. I don't think. But he's a really good NASCAR racer too. So and that's
Yeah, he's. I mean, Nathan does really well at anything he gets behind.
Yeah,
I
I'm not
he's just one of
surprised,
those
right?
guys. So, and then I can't get a straight answer from Folker.
No.
So I don't think he's coming back. So the pros will be me, Justin, Mike,
Cole.
the Michael Caffrey.
Yeah.
Yep, David
Steiner.
Steiner, Holiday.
Yeah. I mean, that's
so
going to be a good pro
I-
class.
I think you could put Zach Houston in that list as well. I think
Yep,
Zach would be
yep.
a pro.
Yep, Zach Houston is a pro.
Yep.
I put a lot of thought into it, and I went back and I kind of made a little chart, if you will, of everybody's performance and how they've done. So iRating has nothing to do with it. License has nothing to do with it. It's basically your racecraft and your pace.
Yeah, especially
So
with the guys that we know.
We should have some really, really
that
good stuff.
we know the guys. We know their pace. We know that we've seen them race. Against each other. And then obviously guys like I'm assuming like Crosby and Michael and those guys will be splitting time as well, right?
Yeah, well, Francis, he's not going to race season 2. He's his wife is getting ready to have their baby.
Oh, congratulations!
So it's going to be a group of regulars.
That
What
idiot.
did you just do? What
He's
did he
an
do?
idiot. He just held up a thing that said, "I am speed."
Oh, Jesus. I wish somebody punted him because I'm never going to hear the end of this now until next season.
Well,
Yep.
he would argue that if you got to his bumper, you could have punted him, but you didn't.
No. The thing was, I was gonna punt him today. I said I was not letting anybody by.
This is what I got to work with.
I
guys.
know. It's well, you raised him, so there's that.
Yeah.
You can take credit for that if you want. But anyway, so congratulations, on your championship this year. Obviously, we talked
I appreciate it.
in
I
depth
appreciate
about
it.
that. And to be honest with you, I'm looking forward to the pro class next season. I think it's going to be pretty competitive with the guys that you're talking about.
Yeah, I
it's,
do too. I think
you
it'll
know.
be. I think it's going to be. I hope I have it set up to where you could roll the dice and 5 or 6 people could win. It's not going to be a dominant driver like we had this season. And
Right.
kudos to Ricardo and Nathan. Those guys they're incredible.
Yeah, no,
Um,
absolutely, yeah.
but it'll be Justin might get a win, or Michael, or I really hope to get one, but then I got to beat Cole, and it's like yeah.
Right. And
How did
go ahead.
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was gonna say, how did from starting 12th, getting spun and going back to 36th and coming back to 6th in
Who
the
did that?
BMW? I did.
You got spun?
Yeah, the spotlight wasn't on you
Yeah.
tonight, buddy.
Yeah, we didn't.
Yeah,
I never
lap-
noticed that. We never focused on you at all the whole night. I thought you were running about. No, I'm kidding.
No, lap 1, turn 3. Yeah. But anyway,
But no, I'm
Um,
kidding. It's
the only reason I ran it tonight was I wanted to see in 90 minutes if I could figure it out and get comfortable with it and whatnot. So,
With the
trail
BMW?
braking it is my weakness. Schmall said he would help me, and we know Schmall's in a pro too.
Yeah.
So we know he's quick. So
well,
I'm
to be
debating on
fair,
whether or not-
he might be the guy to beat next season. If Folker doesn't come back, Schmall could be the guy. I mean, he's fast. I see he's
Yeah, he's
waiting
good.
out
He's
there.
good, very
Let's
good.
jerk him in here real quick just for the hell of it.
yank him in here.
Daniel, welcome. We're just kind of chatting and talking about the pro category, and we saw you were there in the chat, so we just went ahead and pulled you in just for the sake of conversation. We were literally I don't know if you were listening, but we were literally talking about who's going to be pros next year, and then when he brought your name up, I'm like, you could easily be the guy to beat next season with who's coming back and who's going to be a pro.
Yeah, no, that is true. I am extremely excited about next season. A bunch of really, really, really good tracks that I'm also insanely, I won't say good, but insanely comfortable with.
Right.
Is on the
Dominant.
schedule,
Fond
so that's
of?
huge.
You're fond of those?
Yes, fond of. There we go. We
So
go.
what of those tracks, what are you looking forward to the most and the least?
I would say Monza and Spa are two of the huge ones
Right.
that I'm really excited for.
Sure,
I'm not
everybody should be good for those.
Yes.
They should be.
I'm not super excited for lap 1 and turn 1 of Monza, but I digress.
Right.
Um,
And
here, I'll let you go.
well, no, not excited about. That's all I was gonna say was.
Yeah, so not excited about, I would say either Alton Park or I would say
Love it.
Yeah, I love
Oh,
it.
that's
or
gonna be
I would
so
say
fun.
Hockenheim. I love Alton Park, but man, it is so hard to pass on that track. It is so narrow.
That's going to be interesting with 50 cars at Alton Park. I have to say. These
Oh,
big
absolutely.
big old
Absolutely.
GT3 cars. That's going to be. That is going to be kind of brutal because that track is. Yeah, that's.
We did it, Jim, and the last part of I hate to say HPR, but
Right.
we ran Alton Park before.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't. I might not have been around for that.
No, I think you.
That might have been.
Oh.
That might have been when I was on the
Yeah,
Alps.
that might have. Yeah, you were on a leave.
Yeah. All right.
A leave of
That
absence.
was when I got fired for a while. So that's all right. I've been fired from better jobs than that before, so it's okay.
Right.
But yeah, man, the only my only issue with the schedule is, and everybody's going to hate this, is Imola. I don't think Imola produces great racing in GT3 cars. I think it's really hard to pass there for GT3s, and that's just my take on it. It's a great track. It's a historic track. It's one of the most iconic tracks on that schedule, in fact. But I am excited for the Red Bull Ring, for the endurance round at the Red Bull Ring, and the endurance round at where's the other one? Spa.
Spa. Yep.
Yeah. So those will be fun. Yeah. And I'm surprised the amount of people that don't like Hockenheim Ring. That's interesting.
It's not that it's a bad track. I just personally don't think that my car is especially really good at it. It lacks a lot of front end grip, especially with those long sweeping corners. It
Right.
just really doesn't. It just, how can I put it? It won't feel as planted as a lot of the other cars. So that's my only thing about it.
Makes sense. I don't drive fast enough to have that ever become a problem. So I don't have to worry about that. But no, I mean, you are definitely going to be one of the front running contenders next season for sure. If obviously if Folker comes back, I think he'll be up there as well. But if he doesn't, then it's going to be you, and then there's a group right there. I think there's a lot of fast guys that are going to be equally.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Pretty equally
in the pros.
fast. I think it's going to be really fun. So.
Yep. And the one thing too that I like it is that a lot of the fast guys, we all run a completely different car. So it's not just all running the meta car, which I think is fantastic. It adds a little bit of diversity.
Jed is riding your coattails and going to run the BMW now just so that he could, you could give him pointers along the way so he can, look respectable.
All I'm saying
smarter,
is that
not harder.
That's right.
all I'm saying is it's a lot more fun to race guys that are a little bit faster than you and still keep up with them with the less dominant car.
No, I agree. That was strictly a shot at Jed just because I take regular weekly shots at Jed. He wouldn't know how to act if I was actually nice to him.
I know. I'd think we weren't friends anymore.
Yeah, I know, right? He doesn't like me anymore. What did I do? No, I agree. I think it's cool. But I'm excited for the pro class next year. I think it's and overall, I think I'm excited for the change and getting away from the GT4s. To be honest with you, I watched these guys tonight. For the majority of them, I think that they drove these GT3s as good or better than they drove their GT4s.
I would hope better.
Yes,
and I said, and I said right away when a poll came up for what we should run next season, and I was like, why not just do all GT3s? Hand these poor GT4 drivers some downforce, please.
I mean, it's true. I mean, the way that car changed. Because to be fair, you were in the middle of a season when the change happened, Yeah. And then they continued it for one more season. But they did. They got a lot tougher to drive. And I would argue that a GT4 is actually tougher to drive than a GT3 at this point. I think so. It may not be as quick, but it's I think it's harder to control and predict what it's going to do.
Yes, and especially for me, like a GT4 driver to also put the power down too.
Yes, well, that's true. Yes. So, but anyway, just wanted to. Guess we need to wrap this up. I don't want to take all of Jed's money because I got to get it for next season as well. So there's that.
You didn't respond to my text message today. I was waiting for some smart-ass
comment. No.
You're fired.
The only thing I was going to say, I'll say it openly, is there's definitely no discounts out there. I would argue that all these great broadcasting, great special overlays, and all the neat special effects I'm bringing to the table probably deserve a pay raise. But
and all the roasting.
The what?
Hey, Jacob has a job now. Maybe he can contribute to some of these fees.
No.
There you go. What? Hey.
One way over here.
Dude, I've had a job for like 5 months.
There you go. Yeah, One Way. They got streets all over the world named after him.
That's
But and we got some new things in the works for next season too. So we're even going to be bringing some more cool stuff to the table that's going to improve the package even more. So we're looking forward to it. But if you want to reward us with a pay raise, we'll take it. We're not opposed. But I ran this hitting Walmart, so there's no discounts here. So
there's no what blue light special.
There's no blue light special.
Like
no, this ain't Kmart, buddy. Kmart went out of business for a reason. All right. Anyway, let's get rid of you guys and get off of here. So, congratulations, Jed, on a great season. Not as a driver, because we know you absolutely. What's the word I'm looking for?
Glaze.
Yeah, well, yeah, well, I mean, we knew that was, we knew you had that in the bag since I'm drawing a blank. But anyway, congratulations on a league season where you get 40 cars show up for the season finale when every single championship was already decided.
Yeah.
I've been around a lot of leagues. You don't see 40 guys show up for the last race of the season, ever. And that's a testament. That's a testament to the fun that these guys have in this league, and how well they think it's run, and probably a credit to the incredible broadcasting team who deserves a pay raise.
That's definitely part of it, I'm sure.
The pay raise,
but
they'll be excited about that.
The incredible broadcasting, yeah. But I do sincerely appreciate you guys and each and every driver. And you're right. I mean, we averaged 38 drivers for 12 weeks. Tonight we had 40. All 4 championships were decided.
Yep.
And I think, just from my point of view, I think we had some really, really good, competitive, close racing.
Yes.
Everybody kind of got a butt chewing from me in the drivers' meeting, and I don't know if that had something to do with it, but
we needed it.
It's time to. It's time to show up or ship out. It's kind of my thing.
I think that everybody being in GT3 cars will help some. Because it's going to eliminate that whole difference in car class difference there. Then it's just a matter of negotiating around skills, which is when you got a lower skill and a lower class car, it makes it all that much harder to negotiate around that. So I think that it'll be better.
And I think the race reviews right after, I'm going to be a little more strict and harsh on penalties to clean some things up. Hopefully, after, you get assessed a 15 or 30-second penalty and you go from, second to sixth, that'll open people's eyes up a little bit. So I hate doing stuff like that, but to ensure, the integrity and the stature of the league, we gotta move forward and just tighten things up a little bit. But I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to having 3 weeks off. There's a lot of things I want to go through and redo, and I'll get with you and Hamish on that.
Yeah.
And we'll come back swinging in the on the other side of the pond, and it should be really good. I got 5 tracks I need to learn, so I've already started on that. I think I got Misano down. I'm 2 seconds off the Aliens, which is acceptable to me at this point. But
I like Misano.
It's different.
It's fun.
We'll see. And the Red Bull Ring, the new curbing. Oh, it's atrocious.
It's great.
Got to break those habits.
Curbing is there not for you to run over. It's to warn you that the track has come to an end.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Do you?
Yeah, I get it.
You will if you don't. If you hit them curbs
It's
there,
okay.
you'll get it.
Jim, it's okay. Jacob won't run over the curbing. He'll just run over himself.
Well, that's true too. So one
If he
thing
even
I
shows up
I
to
do have to say is at Red Bull Ring, we need to bring in a guest commentator, and Hamish needs to race that race with you.
Hey,
guys.
I'm all for it. Let's go.
I mean, we can have him in the booth, and we can talk to him during the race or whatever. But yeah, he needs to.
Oh,
race.
he's getting wrecked.
It's fine, Jacob.
You gotta catch
won't
him
last
first.
a lap.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Jacob.
Wait. What track?
Red Bull Ring.
The Rebel Ring.
Oh wait, I can finish that track.
Okay.
You can finish it. I can win it.
Oh,
There it is.
And on that note, it's your bedtime.
That's the difference.
That's right. Yeah, you just got
between us, Jacob.
put to bed right there. That was a
Say
sleeper
goodnight,
hold.
Jacob.
Yes.
Good night, Jacob.
By the way, Hamish holds the fastest lap in a Toyota Tundra around the Red Bull Ring.
Really?
He does.
Yes.
Go look on the Garage 61.
Yeah, look on
I
Garage
didn't,
61.
I didn't
I had
believe
the
it
fastest
either.
lap time.
I didn't believe it either
Nice.
until I went and checked it.
I think it was like a 136.
The bastard. You know, and you can imagine them trucks are not easy to drive around there. But anyway, let's say goodnight. Get the hell out of here. We're signing off now.
That's right. Peace out.
Yes, it was a pleasure. It was
Later.
a pleasure. It was a pleasure for this season, and we're looking forward to next.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Absolutely.
gentlemen.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Appreciate
Thanks.
it.
No, thank you guys.
Kick him out first.
I already got rid of Jacob. When I made him say goodnight, I moved him.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Say goodnight, Hamish.
Good night, Hamish. No, well, thank you all, though, for watching along with us here for the whole season of FTR Ultimate GT Championship, or FTN Ultimate GT Championship. Jim, you misspelled it.
Did I?
On the stream name. You're at FTR, not FTN. But massive shout out, obviously, to all the sponsors of the channel. Of course, the Roasted Record down in Stuart, Florida. Go visit them in person. Get yourself a brew and a tune, or order online. Use code SIM20 at checkout to get yourself a 20% discount. DRE Digital Race Engineer as well. You can go check those guys out. They have a free version of their program, and you might like it. And then get the paid version as well. And the track cams for gourmets. They help make everything look as spectacular as possible by way of track cams here for Motormouth Broadcasting. Direct links in the video description to all of our stream sponsors, of course, as well. For myself, Hamish Ronno, and Jim Cunningham, this has been the Full Throttle Nation Ultimate GT Championship finale at Sebring International Raceway. We'll see you guys in a few weeks. April 22nd for round one of the next season out at Autodromo Internazionale di Monza. We'll be back once again for more Ultimate GT Championship action. But thank you all so much for joining us here on Motormouth Broadcasting, where legends are created one corner at a time.